Here we go, here we go. I had to get me some tea. See what this is gonna be all about. If they'll have any good showings.
Hey everyone, welcome to the PC Gaming Show.
Oh, wow, they're in the same
2022.
room.
I'm Day9 still, one of your hosts, joined again by the amazing Mika Burton.
Hi.
While we may look like elaborate Unreal Engine renders, we are here in the flesh, as is the hardware, bringing you the best and brightest in the world of PC gaming.
Over the next 2 hours, we are going to showcase a metric ton of killer upcoming PC games through world premieres, exclusive interviews, and a few surprises along the way. And you, the folks at home, might even be able to win yourself
It's very
a
interesting when you
fancy
see these
computer if
people
you
in
play
like
your
other
hard
settings
way.
as
And
well.
now you may remember the last time you saw me on this show, things ended quite literally explosively.
Yeah.
There was a robot who tried to destroy the human race, electrocuted me. I think I died.
Definitely died.
Either way, I'm not really sure. It was standard robot apocalyptic stuff, just minus the overbearing anime dad and existential crises.
Yeah, well, actually, what happened to DevBot? Anyway, wasn't he supposed to come back for this show for
Yeah.
like Revenge of the DevBot? Ah.
Well, he's dead.
Oh.
We melted him down to try to make our own graphics cards since they're still hard to find, and I would say he's in a better place. But I played Cyberpunk 2077, and he's not.
Ooh, that's pretty dark for the start of the show.
Or nostalgic.
Aw.
But none of that matters because the show actually took place in a parallel reality.
All right, so you're telling me there's actually a multiverse?
According to the writers who told me this 5
Another
minutes before we went
multiverse.
live, I am saying there's a multiverse.
All right.
We're now apparently on Earth 3, which
Ooh.
is not to be confused with E3 because this show is still happening.
Oh, and we are so thrilled to be back as a part of this weekend
believe that.
full of
I
celebrations
believe that
of
this is Earth
gaming
3.
by putting the spotlight on something near and dear to our hearts. PC gaming.
And so, without any further ado, it's time for my favorite part.
Rated M for mature.
Oh, here we go.
I won't leave you. You're not a monster.
Oh.
In the beginning, the world was subjugated by chaos. Endless droves of horrors trespassed into the world. And so came the solstice of souls. Something's coming.
The voices are so soft.
Between death and transcendence, a chimera chooses death.
Show us what you've got!
We have a whole new world to forge.
Okay.
May the judge have mercy on your souls.
Oh. Does the girl become the guy?
Sister,
You are here with me.
I always will be.
As long as we are together, we're not going down. They wanted yet another monster. They shall have one.
You must resist it!
Solstice. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Was there any gameplay in there? Hmm. My standards for trailers have changed. I now require way more. Ooh, Clay. Haven't seen Clay in a while. I don't even know if this is like brand new or if this has been announced already. Oh. Rotwood. What? What? Uh-oh. That's not good. Tactical. Breach. Wizard. Wait. What? You're wizards with guns? That's kind of cute. That's a cute idea. I wonder. I'm very much of the mindset when they give you like dialogue options that if it's not gonna make a difference in the story, then it shouldn't be there. Like, I don't really care what they say if it's not gonna matter, if that makes any sense.
You just saw Tactical Breach Wizards, a turn-based game of sorcery and SWAT team strategy from the makers of Gunpoint and Heat Signature. My strategy, personally, is very simple. Breach, bang, clear, magic missile, dramatic flourish, abra, cadaver. Get it? Cadaver, dead body. Anyway. Next, we have a solution to the age-old problem of not having time to read and play video games. Just do both at the same time, obviously. Star Wars Industries has you covered with their sci-fi thriller inspired by Stanislaw Lem's novel, The Invincible. So here's your first look at the first ever gameplay footage.
Oh. Oh, this is the transition. I'm like, this looks like a game show transition. And it was.
You. What have you done?
Where are you taking me?
You came here yourself. So what are you expecting, huh?
You've set up a field camp down there.
Yes, ma'am.
So I didn't expect you to have a second one here.
Really?
Sit here and don't dare move. What are you doing here?
You're not gonna like this part.
Invincible. Okay. I don't know who these guys. Star Wars. Yeah, let me look Star Wars up here. On the side as we watch this. I'm getting his drinks.
The radiation level is growing rapidly. It's starting to get interesting.
And it gives Star Wars.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that, Doctor.
I forgot to do something. Give me 1 second. I'll keep playing it, don't worry.
I located the mobile antimatter cannon.
Another one? How many of those did they... Is it active?
Dead.
It almost looks like the game where
Wait,
the
someone's here.
Sea of Luna? Sea of Lana?
Astrogator, they're dead.
So you found someone. Unfortunately, such unpleasant discoveries are indispensable to the mission.
I didn't let that thought get to me. I was counting on this meeting very much. At worst, it could have been another abandoned place, but not this.
But what exactly?
That's a good question.
Like I was mentioning, this show tends to be the more slow-paced of the shows.
I'm getting into the recorder. What do we have here? Uh-huh. They made their way through with a beam of antimatter.
How subtle.
The
Did you locate
computers
this
draw
passage?
little cartoons, huh? Cartoons for the things that are happening.
I'm looking at it now.
It's
they pierced a hole
Dad.
several meters in
How you doing,
diameter
Chris?
and several dozen
You're
meters
having a
long.
good time with little Lauren. Spectre Lauren.
Yasna, do you hear me?
Yes. My head feels like it's bursting from pressure.
You should poke a hole in it.
Can you continue?
Yes. I'm better
How
now.
are you? How are you, Chris? Are you alive?
Actually,
Death.
there's nothing
I'm having
here
a
that
grand
I haven't
old
seen
day.
before.
Hope
There
you're doing
are lots
okay.
of
I'm.
metal bushes that were near our camp.
Oh, I just realized. What happened? Wait, what happened?
The lower parts of the bushes are, how to put it,
What happened?
fruitless.
So they came to pick the fruits.
Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on.
This robot looks like it has started its task and got stuck.
Oh,
What task?
This is one of the robots carrying containers
Weird.
with research material.
weird.
Took the container, but never left that place.
Why do you think it's stuck?
I'm losing track of
Well,
it.
goes
I'm
in
losing
circles
track of it,
using the
Dad,
same
man.
path.
I'm tired. I've been
robot's
barely
gone.
sleeping these last few days.
You must have broken his loop.
But I didn't.
No, you must have done
I'm
something.
losing. The quality is dropping drastically. Quality of my commentary also dropping drastically. This game looks peepee anyway. It's just because it's slow. It's because this is the PC game show. They expect you to have a lot of patience because PC gamers have a lot of patience because they fix their computers a lot. So, wait, I got up at like 7 today to build a computer.
Yes, it's fucked up the robot.
Language, lady. Language. So I honestly don't know if I'm gonna stream tonight. I'm just kind of out of it.
Take care of our people, Novik.
Pee-pee lame slow more like pee-pee lame and poo-poo trash. Those
It's
are
time
the
to take
two.
a pit stop
He has
at the nearest
AirPods?
dungeon to prove that chivalry isn't dead. And if you think I emphasize those words weirdly, you're right. And it'll all make sense momentarily when you see these next 4 games, especially when you hear from our friends at Tripwire Interactive. Roll that beautiful footage.
Meh. Oh, I know that sound.
Nah, you don't have what it takes.
But how have you been? How have you been,
You'll
Chris?
be back here too
Good old
scared
dad
to
bod.
try again. Cause the
Little
dungeon
dog.
will turn you into lunch
AirPods.
meat.
Do you not like
Unless you're
AirPods?
way tougher
Oh, it's
than
Sonic.
you look.
Well, it looks
We
like
got
Sonic.
the guns, the turrets, the upgrades.
Well, it looks like
But
Shadow.
what you really need is guts.
Eye
and
teeth or
skills.
teeth eyes?
Grab your posse and say your prayers.
Battleborn is back? Oh, it's Endless Dungeon.
Be the first to play. To die. To give your feedback.
Yeah. Have you played the original Endless Dungeon, which was like
Yeah,
pixelated
what it
and 2D?
takes.
I tried getting into it, but I couldn't. Because I failed. It does seem super fun, though. I have a lot of friends that really love it. They announced Motorsport, the Forza Motorsport, the
Welcome to F1 Manager
live service game,
2022,
which makes me
the
sad it's live
ultimate
service, but
F1
it's kind of the
simulation,
game that I've been
putting
looking
you
for.
in the position of team
'cause I don't have a
principal at one of the
PlayStation
10
anymore.
current F1 teams, battling it out for a chance to be the next world champion. Choose your team and drive every decision that leads to you making your mark on the grid, and hopefully the podium. Winning championships depends on your ability to make the right calls on and off the track.
Did you get to see? Did you get to see
strategy,
the Xbox and
make changes on the fly when necessary? Issue driver callouts such as instructing them to attack or defend, manage their tire wear and battery usage, or even to avoid battling a teammate.
While you ate pickles.
All while reacting to dynamic events like race incidents and fluctuating weather and track conditions. Between race weekends, you'll control every detail of your team from your state-of-the-art headquarters. Hire best-in-class staff to work across your
when I used to
aerodynamics
watch it when I
engineering
was
teams
little.
and put them to the task to develop your car and prepare new parts.
He used to be a
for
handsome
upcoming
young man.
races. Optimize your finances to keep the board happy, improve and maintain.
Oh yeah,
your
this is the.
facilities, and
You're not
scout
actually
talent
going to
from
race.
F2
You're just
and
managing
F3
it.
to try and ensure future success. They say knowledge is power, and keeping a close eye on a plethora of realistic data will help give you the edge. From the finer details of how car parts affect overall performance, to a track's expected grip level.
I've always wanted to try
condition
some of
your
these
wind
games where
tunnel,
you're not actually
how you analyze
racing
the
or
data
playing
and choose to
soccer
spend
or
your
playing the
resources
sport, but
will
you're the
make or
manager.
break your
It
progress.
kind of does seem interesting
You'll
to
find
me.
depth and detail in abundance, even down to real-world team radio messages between drivers and engineers, and race commentary from David Croft and Karun Chandok. While broadcast-style presentation showcases 2022's striking new car design with real trackside and onboard camera angles. Sleek management menus and intuitive controls will
Also,
drive
the new
immersive
design
F1
with the
fantasy
like little
home
thing for
as
the
you
Formula
plan
One
and
cars,
execute
but that has a
the
thing
perfect
right in the
strategy
middle, seems so
F1
annoying to
Manager
drive with.
2022.
Like I know it's for protection, but like the
Pre-order
middle
digital
thing
version now
seems
for
like
early
ugh.
access from August 25th.
I don't know how okay that is to drive with one of those on. Just like
Hey everyone, after 1 year of Chivalry 2, we've more than doubled the size of the game, and now we're excited to bring even more knights onto the battlefield. Because
Chivalry
today,
2.
right now, Chivalry 2 is out on Steam with crossplay between all platforms. This is our biggest update to the game yet, and it brings players to an all-new desert theater of war, and best of all, brings us horses into Chivalry 2. and
Horses.
mounted combat. We want to thank our community for making the game the success that it's been so far, and if you haven't played it yet, now is the best time to check out Chivalry 2. Take a look at our new trailer that shows off the new update and its Nosian invasion.
I hope it's just horses. Okay. Might be good. Kind of wanted just horses without people, but
This rebellion is at an end.
Rebellion.
The Gathians flee to their stronghold in the north.
I thought Chivalry was supposed to be like a silly game,
Is mine.
but it seems more
Now
serious than
Genosha
silly.
rises from the south. Throw the dogs back into the desert. Their forces will crash and break against the bulwark.
We have a trailer with the Wilhelm.
If the wall falls,
I think we have a Wilhelm every year in at least one game. Wilhelm
ready
Little
the ship.
didn't.
Long has Zenosha remained
Wilhelm
safe
had
from
no
our
idea he was
fury.
going to be famous.
No more.
Not the Alexandria.
They dare to strike out at us. Their city
Don't destroy Alexandria.
Their
You
people
suck.
will bleed. Their knowledge will burn. My reign will never end.
Hi everyone, I'm Phil from Sweet Bandits, live from Quebec City. Really glad to be here today
Philippe
for the PC Gaming
Petelier
Show. We'll be showing the
Baribault.
first trailer for our game
That's a very
this
French
evening.
name.
It's a multiplayer competitive spy game where you get to use social stealth, high-tech gadgets, and powerful spy abilities to try and get the upper hand. We've had the chance of working with Tripwire Presents on the project, so this is only the
This seems
beginning.
kinda fun,
Please follow us on
conceptually.
social media at Play This Evening to learn more. We'll be releasing the game in early 2023 on PC, Xbox Series S, NX, and PS5. Thank you so much, and let's enjoy the trailer.
Good afternoon, agents. Your mission
Okay.
is simple. Infiltrate the Frozen Coral Underwater Hotel and retrieve the blueprint of a powerful weapon. As you know, Deceive Inc.'s company policy is to deploy multiple agents to ensure the mission's success. But only one will get the paycheck. Do whatever it takes, Agent, and be careful out there.
Try your best. Let's see.
I feel like they always have a similar sounding lady
Booyah! Ka-ching!
to do the
Oh, come on. They
Agent
can't be this fast.
47 handler voice.
And they thought it was secure. In the end, I am victorious.
They're really not gonna make it easy for me. Gotcha.
Is that it?
Right on target. Outskilled and outgunned.
You can't end
I feel like most people won't play it slow. Every online game that tries to make you play slow, it just doesn't work. People just go for the fastest route. So if it means that they have to shoot out, they'll just shoot out. I don't see many like stealthy, slower games online that people actually play stealthy, slower. I think an older example could be like Metal Gear Online, where people would just like not. They just go in and just straight up fight everyone. No one would sneak around. Cause also, who else is just gonna be around just like, oh, what was that noise? No one's gonna do that. I feel like people do that in Elden Ring and all those things because it's not what you're usually supposed to do, but it's an option. But if that's the main thing you have to do,
I mean,
many
mine
times it just
personally
doesn't work
involves
out.
a flight of unicorns and a Valkyrie army on Pegasuses, but you know, yours may be different, but you know, somehow I doubt it. This year, we've partnered with the PC builders at iBuyPower to bring a very different dream to life.
iBuyPower?
My dream PC room. Unfortunately, there's bad news for me. I don't get to keep it. But very good news for one of you.
Doing
We're
it
going to be
Elden
giving
wrong.
the entire contents of this room away to a lucky winner watching the show. So let's dive in and see what's up for grabs. The beating heart of
Who
any
was your
PC
main
gaming dream room
in
is, of course, the
Overwatch?
rig.
Did you
So
play
let's start
Overwatch? I don't
there.
even remember.
As you can see,
Been
the
so
mad
raw.
geniuses at iBuyPower have built an absolute doozy. The first thing you'll notice
I have
is
lost
that
all of my
height-wise 60
ability to
case with
talk.
its wraparound tempered glass panels.
This case
thing
does
is
look
built
cool, though.
from the ground up
I've
to
seen a lot of
display
reviews
the
on it.
sickest PC tech you can squeeze into a desktop machine. And let's face it, if you've managed to bag a serious graphics card in these dry times, you owe it to the
Mercy?
silicon gods to show it off properly. Okay, the case and lighting looks dope, but for this to be a
Wait,
true
wait,
dream
you mained
PC,
Mercy?
we need more than just state-of-the-art drip.
So I was right.
Luckily,
That's
the
why I pointed
substance
it out,
matches
because I
the
was like, I
style.
think he plays
So let's
Mercy.
check out the
So, like,
guts of our
Mercy
dream
statue.
PC.
Do you
And
have a
trust
Mercy
me,
statue?
There's plenty of power crammed in. The big
So I
question,
just
though,
played
is what pixel pusher iBuyPower has used, and you won't
The
be
easy
disappointed
one.
with an
Oh, okay,
overclocked RTX 3090 from Gigabyte,
It's not
right?
easy.
This 24GB monster of a GPU packs the cooling to stay
It's,
chill
but did
and
you
the
see the
power to
Mercy on here?
smash
It might have
through
been
any game
behind
you
me.
throw at it.
But it wasn't
The graphics
in
card
this.
is the
Oh,
rig.
why is it not live? Uh-oh. What did I do? I think I broke it.
Bytes of seriously fast SSD storage, both from ADATA.
You don't
makes
have a
up the
Mercy? I
perfect
thought you
support
had a
team.
Mercy statue.
Whew, that is
If I
a
had the
whole
money,
lot
I'd
of
buy it for you.
PC. But Mika, you may greedily wonder,
But
what
I
about
barely
the
have
peripherals?
money to buy
well,
anything for
animal
myself.
lovers, we got you covered. Because the Height Eclipse wireless headset comes in plush vegan leather trim with a 30-hour
Did you see
battery
the
life
new
and
Overwatch
competition-grade
trailer
2.4
with
gigahertz
showing off the new
connection.
character
And you noisy typers are going to love the clicky-clacky mechanical keyboard that comes with it.
that played in the
Oh, I'm sorry, what was that? RGB?
Microsoft
Well, of course. The
presentation?
keyboard and mouse both light up like Atlantic City on a Saturday night.
If I had the money,
And
I'd buy
yeah,
a ticket to
you
see
can't
it.
turn it off, so you can actually get some sleep. You can find out more about this gear
I
feature today
genuinely
over at
would love that.
iBuyPower.com,
That would
but
be
I
so
know
much
what you
fun.
really want to know.
Look,
The
look,
info
Mercy.
on how to win this
Mercy.
beastly setup. So here are the details.
Thanks, Mika. Yes, folks, it
Thanks,
couldn't be
Mika.
easier to enter our Dream PC giveaway. For your chance, just head over to
New
pcgamer.com/dreampc
strong-
and follow the simple
I like
instructions.
the
there,
buff.
you'll find a complete breakdown of the prize, which
I like the
don't
buff
worry,
ladies. Don't tell
also
anyone.
comes with some
It's just
very
because you're the
squishy
only one in
monitors
here I
as
can
well
say
as
these
the
things.
eligibility rules.
Ew,
Good
a
luck,
Yeti?
gamers.
Gross.
That is right, just head over to pcgamer.com.
And it's positioned wrong. That's not how you speak into a Yeti.
But for now, let's get back to the game.
That's
From
wrong.
Kepler Interactive and A44 Games comes Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, an action RPG from the team behind Ashen, where gods and guns.
I thought you hated them because I sent you a picture of one. You're like, nah, I don't want to enjoy that kind of stuff. I was like, okay. Guess I won't send it to my old Da
When the
anymore.
gods first emerged from the
I think we
great
just saw
flood,
this trailer.
we saw
I think
them
it's the exact
as
same
saviors.
trailer from the Bethesda
Instead, they unleashed
Microsoft
a
presentation.
pestilence on our world.
Yeah, this is the exact same trailer as the Microsoft
No one yet
presentation.
knows if you can
That's
kill
not
it.
true, son.
I
But you totally said that. You lied to me.
find out.
No, I'm not telling lies. I have the text. I'm gonna expose the text, just like people do. You were like, nah, this, whatever. I don't really care for that. I was like, oh, okay. Like, but the strong ladies, It was the person who was the model for Brigida. Remember? You lied to me? I thought you'd never lie. Now I'm curious. Now I want to actually not just expose or anything. I just want to see. Did I get it wrong? Oh no. Okay, maybe I was right. I was wrong. I was wrong.
Hey, PC
My memory
Gaming
has
Show.
been
I'm
trashed
Dave
these
Bradley,
last
the
few
CEO
days.
of A44 Games and creative director
In
of
your
Flintlock,
words, you
the
say,
Siege of Dawn.
"Oi,
Flintlock is set in a
Brigade,
world ruled by
you are
old
too
gods.
much
And so,
heart
as humanity, you now have
Sorry,
the power
yeah,
of black
you
powder
were
and
right,
bombs
you were
and
right. I
flintlock
was wrong.
rifles.
Someone
to
told
finally
me, though,
overthrow the gods
that they were
and
like,
take the world back.
poo-poo
We'll play as
trash.
Nor, a Blackstream sapper,
Poo-poo
one of
trash.
the elite explosives experts of the Coalition forces. Nor herself has a personal vendetta
I like that
against the
also
gods and
just
will
in
stop at
general,
nothing to
strong
get her
ladies
revenge.
have been a thing.
But you won't be going it alone.
In
We know
media,
brings
I mean,
firepower,
in
her fox-like
social
companion
media
Inky
too, has just
brings
been
magic to the
strong
battlefield.
ladies everywhere.
You
I'm
will
like,
have to master a combination of axe combat
I approve
and
of
gunplay,
strong
while your
ladies.
companion Inky uses his magical powers to disrupt enemies. We can't wait to show
Strong
you more of
ladies,
Flintlock
thumbs
before it's
up.
released next year. Head over to our socials for more info, and don't forget to wish
I'm
this
just
now
not
on
paying
Steam
attention
and
to
Epic Games Store.
Flintlock.
Have a great
We've
show.
seen it.
Coming up next, a mysterious new sci-fi game from 11-Bit Studios, the creators of This War of Mine. Hear all about it in our
interesting.
exclusive interview. We'll also show you what's next for Outriders from Square Enix and
Oh,
People Can Fly.
thank you for the love.
Plus, if
I
you look
appreciate
back
it.
on high school and think, you know, those 4 years would have been better if I was fighting literal demons, you're definitely going to want to study up on our next world-exclusive independent game inspired by the Persona series. Choke your health potions now.
Did you
because
see the
there is
Personas
so much more PC
3,
gaming
4, and
shows
5
coming your
is
way.
coming to
Before we
Xbox?
go, the folks at
I
Compass
just
Data
wanted to
Centers
come to
have a little quiz
Switch.
for you. How
I
much
just
higher
wanted
is
to come
5G
to
game
Switch.
capacity compared to current 4G networks?
That's all I want.
Scan this
Switch or
QR code
PC,
and
because those
ask
are the only
question
two
for a
things
chance
I
to win
have.
$500
It's gonna
worth
come
of
to
stuff
PC, I
from
guess,
Razer.
because of
Or
Xbox.
visit gaming.compassdatacenters.com.
I-
Okay, now
I
back
just
to
want
the
to
PC
play it
gaming
in
show.
bed and on the toilet.
Ready to game the
I
system?
just want to be the
You
Joker
man.
in the toilet.
You slay.
On
You
the toilet,
cheat.
not in it.
You win. So should your bank
All
account,
right,
because
ads.
your power shouldn't stop when
Okay,
you do
ads.
this. Mana is the best gaming rewards debit card.
Get
where
out
you
of
can earn
here,
perks and points
Mana.
by paying and playing, and get rewarded with the things you actually want, like that.
The thing is,
skin
I don't
you can't
know
wait to show off,
how
or
this
the
is
next
going
gear
to.
upgrade.
How long?
So why pay any other way? Pay with Mana. Pay with power. Mana. Game the system.
So I know what you're thinking. and the
See, like
answer is
it's a
yes.
single
It's time
it's a
to
single
talk about
ad.
The Alters, the brand new game from 11-Bit Studios. The Warsaw-based studio made us cry in this war of mine, make difficult choices in the face of climate apocalypse in Frostpunk, and battle
Oh, they made
encroaching corruption in
Frostpunk?
Children of Morta. The Alters sends us to the deepest, darkest reaches of space.
I didn't
In a
know that.
survival
I didn't know
story
that
is
was the same
guaranteed to give you
studio.
an existential crisis
That's
in a
crazy.
good
That
way.
I
This
really
is a
enjoyed
really big moment
Frostpunk.
for this year's show.
Frostpunk
I
was a
can't
really
wait.
good game.
Let's take a look.
Oh, I love Day 9. Day 9 is a sweet man. Day 9 is one of my inspirations. I used to watch him like 11, 12 years ago. A lot on YouTube. Whoa, look at those graphics. Okay, it looks less good. I thought it looked very photorealistic. Don't be sad, Window Man. Is it aliens? Oh no, oh no. Was that him? Are they all him? Ew, don't chew at me. Don't you hate it when people come up to your face and start chewing? Oh, he's one. He's the number one. He's the original. The guy with the black and red. No gameplay, no hype. Them is the rules. Oh, interesting. Altars. Interesting, and the altars. I want to see gameplay though.
Joining us now to talk about what we just saw all the way from Poland is Tomasz Kasilewicz of 11-Bit Studios. Welcome to the PC Gaming Show, and thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Hello.
Okay, there is a lot to unpack there. We got clones, we got this huge wheel. Tell us, what did we just see?
This huge wheel.
First of all, these guys were not exactly the clones.
He also has AirPods.
Jan,
there's an AirPod conspiracy happening. This is the PC game show, not that Mac game show. Get out of here. Although, did you see the power of the new
Macs?
Macs?
And they are going through this distant alien planet
Pretty crazy.
in their mobile base, which was the wheel you saw at the end.
So what's the player's goal as they're progressing through the story?
So you are a space builder stranded on this distant
I am
planet.
very interested in this game, but I want to see gameplay.
And find a way back home.
He's the lead artist.
But the thing is,
what does he know? Get out of here, you.
You need to create those altars, as each one of them have different set of skills and character traits. So these are things necessary
How can a
for your
clone have
survival
different character
and finding a way back home.
So from the trailer, tonally, this could be a horror, a thriller, a mystery. What should players expect?
Actually, there are bits of everything you mentioned. Like, there is this mystery as we're looking deep into the soul of the character. But what you find there can also be pretty scary. So there are those beats of psychological horror and drama. But then on top of it, we have this quite thick layer of surreality. I mean, how surreal would it be to one day, you know, wake up next to a little different alternative version of your very self?
Now, there's a quote that you shared with me earlier, that man cannot remake himself without suffering, for he is both the marble and the sculptor. How does this quote relate to the story?
So this quote, it relates directly to the main theme of our game. We as people, we are shaping ourselves every single day with every single decision that we are making. This process, the whole process of becoming who we are, it can be quite painful at times. But in our game, Jan, the main character, he has this unique possibility of not only shaping himself, but also
completely out of
reshaping
commentary.
himself numerous times with every single altar that he is creating.
Do you see this as more of a classic sci-fi story, something like a Ray Bradbury
There's
work, or is it something more contemporary?
Well, it is very classic sci-fi in a way that we are taking a relatable topic.
I need
and we are using
tangible
the
goods here.
theme. We are
You guys
using
are
the
talking
sci-fi
about
setting to
ideas.
look
This
at
could
it
be
through,
anything.
Like, through the magnifying
This could
glasses.
literally be
But
anything.
then when we're choosing the tools, this is
How
a
am I
very
supposed to know what we're
contemporary game, and
doing
we're
here?
taking
Oh
advantage
wait,
of
he
what
has the
video
leg
games
thing
are
just
as
like
a medium.
Norman's
So
fetus.
We're using tools like systematic design and non-linearity in order to put the players in the middle of
it's
the
gonna be
experience,
another
and in the end
procedurally
allow them
generated
to
game.
create their own stories inside the game.
I wanted to ask a little bit about the relationship of your previous titles to the alters.
I think
whether there's any
procedural generation
narrative
can be very
or
useful.
themes or even just influence that those games had on this one.
Well, the
But
Alters is purely 100%.
I feel like it's
our
overused
game,
at this
11-bit
point.
Studios game, and it's
A good
created
example of where it
in
was
line with our
used would
meaningful
be something
entertainment
like
philosophy. So it's a game we hope that it will make you think even after you stop
in
playing.
Elden Ring.
This War of
Elden
Mine
Ring
was
actually
its first
used
huge milestone.
procedural
It
generation for a lot of
paved
its
the way
locations
for
on the
all
map.
future titles.
And then artists
with
went in there
Frostbite,
and
it was taken to another
customized it a
level
little
with
bit
the
more
strong
before the
focus on
broad
the
strokes
emergent
they use
narrative.
procedural
And now
generation. I
with the
think that
Alters,
is a
we want
fantastic
to
way to
follow
do
that
it.
path,
And then you add
but
very
we also really
specific,
want to push
tailored
the
things
boundaries
to
even
those areas.
further
I
and
think that that's very
expand
clever.
on how we approach meaningful topics.
Now a game that's just
inside the
purely
design of our
procedurally generated
games.
is going to look kind of bland.
Thanks so much again to Tomasz and the whole team at 11-Bit Studios
But yeah,
for joining
so
us this year.
I
And
am
while try
interested to
find
see
enough
this.
Rubidium
I
to
didn't know
make it
that
through day
Children of
1 to
Morta
8,
were
let's
also
head on
from
over
them.
to Mika Burton and keep things rolling like a massive space station.
Thanks, Day9. Honestly, I need to
That
look into
microphone
getting
is
myself
wrong.
clones so
It
I can
makes-
make time
making me
to play
so mad
all
it's
of these awesome
backwards.
games we've seen so far. But I'm also like legitimately worried about having to eventually fight my clone in single hand-to-hand combat when they steal my life, making me wonder if I was the clone all along. Is it really worth it for video games? Yeah, no, it's totally worth it for video games. Anyway, that's a problem for future Mika. Present Mika is much more interested in what you all have been
Mika's
saying about the
super
show
sweet,
so far.
too.
So keep letting us know your
She-
thoughts by using hashtag
Obviously, I
PC Gaming
don't know her
Show on
personally,
all
but
platforms. Now, let's
whenever
get
you
back to
get
the real reason
people
I'm
like
here,
this and
cloning.
they go
I
on
mean
a
video
show
games.
like
Video games.
Critical Role, and you get hours and hours of them just chilling and playing a game, it's super fun to see. Because I feel like when it's unedited, just full, yeah, it's just unedited hours of footage of the person, you get to tell a little bit more. She's in Critical Role. She's not from Critical Role. She does appear. D&D. We still need to play, Dad, man. You keep saying you're gonna invite a bunch of people, but then I never hear back from anyone. Wait, did you end up playing campaigns already? Dad, man, did you see that Critical Role did an Elden Ring campaign? They did an Elden Ring campaign? Just saying. Just saying. What are you doing Tuesday? Are you busy this Tuesday? Are you busy this Tuesday? Is Lauren busy this Tuesday? Just saying.
Sure.
It's
When
not gonna be a day I
Tinyville lets
do
you open your
anything.
own medieval potion shop, you get hailed as a
We could do a
master
one-off.
alchemist. But when I do it, I get a sternly worded
Do a
letter from my
quick
landlord
one-off.
about how my cauldron violates our lease agreement. Whatever, it's his loss. But more importantly, folks, we promise you the
Just saying.
maximum amount of games humanly possible, and we aim to deliver quite literally.
Oh. Oh. She wouldn't be down? I thought you said she would. I thought the whole thing was that you were gonna get her to play and then everyone was gonna play together. I thought that was the plan. She doesn't like it? Okay, this is 80s action hero. Is it a musical? Like you have to do it to the beat? Oh, I'm gonna get DMCA'd again. Ooh, I like this art style. Simple but effective. It's clean. It kind of reminds me of that game that from the people that made FTL, the second one. Now I only have Slay the Spire in my head. I forget the name of it, but it kind of is grid-based strategy like that. The dude has 4 arms. Oh, he's like stitched together. Nitro Kid. Free demo. The logo looks kind of like a mobile game.
Before your eyes lies the Celestial Islands, a world of peace above the clouds, protected by 4 great houses.
It's like a action RPG? No, this is a card-based. Interesting. There's so many card-basey kind of stuff like that. I feel like it doesn't fit everything, but people make it fit everything.
Planet Earth, our beautiful home. To protect it, we must reach out to explore the unknown. Our team of experts is presently probing the deep sea in a struggle against the yoke of overregulation. These security and defense innovations allow you to shrink any problem down to size. We surge forward,
shrinking game?
obliterating the enemies of progress, but we refuse to let these victories go to our heads. We are the future. We
Killing
are
Floor 2.
Ozine.
Isn't there a Killing Floor 3 now already?
And now it's time to give you an exclusive briefing on what's next for one of PC gaming's titans of modding, simulation, and scale, Arma 4. Last month, developer Bohemia Interactive kicked things off by releasing Arma Reforger on Steam in early access. This playable prototype will be a foundation for Arma 4. And with it playable on Steam now, we have a ton of questions about the future of Arma. I mean, after all, this is the series that helped birth the survival genre through DayZ. Oh, and also this other little niche genre you may have heard of called Battle Royale. To help us peer into the future
Oh
for
yeah,
this
that's
project,
true. Battle
we've got
Royale
none
started
other
with
than
Arma.
Bohemia Interactive.
I completely
Thank
forgot.
you so much for joining us. So as of right now, Arma Reforger has been out for about a month. What is it that you've been learning or seeing from players?
At first, we've learned that players like Reforger a lot and they appreciate the work we've put into it. We also realized they like modding a lot and they really view this as a key quality of our games. And we were very pleased by the reactions of both our community and the new players who immediately started flooding internet with videos, playthroughs, and praise of our new technology. So we are very glad that the reception was so good.
So there's no doubt players who have been
I don't
long-time
even know
fans of
what
the franchise
Arma 4
stepping
is
into
about.
Arma Reforger, and I'm curious, what were some of the big challenges of rebuilding that specific Arma feel from the ground up in this brand new engine?
Well, it's a very tricky subject because even internally it's an ongoing kind of fight. So I'm myself very much on the very purist side of things. So no HUD, no save games, no superficial helpers. And this fight can get very intense even in-house. So I'm the real Arma purist and I'm on this for 25 years now, so I will keep fighting, but obviously this is
25?
part of the fun. So there's always never-ending battle.
I didn't know that it was
think
such a
2 years ago we really
long-standing
struggled
franchise.
to keep it Arma.
I
and
know
even
little to
internally
nothing about
preserve our own standards. So do it our own way rather than replicating what's maybe normal in other games, because our goal is not to make the same game as all other games. So our goal is to remain unique.
I'm curious if you can speak to what the main goals of
They cut off his
Reforger
answer.
is, because it's a little unusual compared to other releases. I mean, for instance, how much content should a player expect if, say, they've been playing Arma 3 for years?
Our goals were, of course, to restart the series from technological standpoint, really make room for some new achievements, utilize the technology which is state of the art.
Those are
both in
easy to
terms of
make.
How it looks like, how it's controlled, how it can be modded.
It's important to understand it may look as a kind of normal game on the surface, but there's a big system behind it. So just the tool suite is a massive tool suite, never tested by a large public. So it's a premiere of a tool suite, and these tools are being built for nearly 5 years now.
So
we
it's
really
their
need
own
users to start
engine
using
and
them
everything
to
going in?
keep improving and continue.
Remember when that
building
used
it.
to be the norm?
Sorry to interrupt, but we have
Arma?
one quick question
Yeah.
from the Arma fans. Has Russia's
you
invasion
played
of Ukraine
Arma? Are
impacted
you an
your
Arma
approach
dude?
to Arma 4 and
Are you an
Arma
Arma?
Reforger, a game that depicts the Cold War?
Well, yes, because it's extremely close to us. We even live in a way very nearby, so definitely. On the other hand, we started work on this many years ago, so the direction was set before. But
Played
we
Arma 2 back in the day, but what kind of game is it? I don't know nothing about
We're
it.
still at the beginning, but we definitely would like to continue in
I know
our,
that, like they
exploring
said,
this
it was kind of like
series
the
theme.
thing that
As I see
started
it,
Battle
there's
Royale,
always
like
been
it was a
bit
mod
more
for
of
it,
a
right?
Anti-war
But I
game.
know
It's an entertainment
nothing.
product.
Absolutely
That's
nothing.
Fair thing to admit.
But
On the other hand,
they're just saying
given the
that
topic, given
they're
our,
rebuilding the
let's say,
technology from the ground up.
maturity and long time we've spent on
So
it, and our ambition to
they're
portray
starting
it,
again
as a
from
whole
scratch.
Very complex.
They're
and
using
gritty
their
thing.
own
I'd
engine.
like
They're not
us
using
to
anything else. It
contribute
seems
by
so.
not just entertaining people, but also educating them on the subject. This was the whole point of starting the cooperation with the
Oreo
International
Castro.
Committee of the Red Cross, and I believe we have great potential, big
Oh, this is
responsibility in this
Arma 3.
era,
I was
and
like, this
a
looks
very
kinda
important
bad.
chance to contribute at least a little bit to the good side of
Man,
things.
2017 was 5
This would
years
not
ago.
be an interview about Arma unless we were asking about modding. I mean, so many amazing games and genres came from Arma mods, so I gotta know what's possible in Reforger that wasn't possible in the past.
Now with this technology, it's possible to create entirely different things, like entirely different games. It has so many variables, but the beauty now is that much more of it is user accessible, unlike the previous games. So people can easily digest how this is constructed in our Workbench tools. So unlike previously where it was more hard-coded in the C++ engine, so now they can check the data of every single element of the game and go much, much deeper than in previous games. So this will be super exciting.
Now, I wanted to ask
Oh,
a
so it
little
also
bit
kinda
about
works like a
performance, 'cause
platform
anyone who's
for people
played
to
Arma
build
knows
stuff.
that it can get really challenging to get a good frame rate in those massive multiplayer matches. So I'm curious, what expectations should players have about performance leading into Arma 4?
Arma 3 was built on foundations laid down in times of single core and no GPUs basically. So this time much more computations and intensive
no GPUs?
rendering things can be done directly on GPU, but it required completely a new approach.
Again, we are in the beginning and we know that there are problems, there are difficulties, but we are solving them one by one. We are really gathering community feedback and even our own definitely feedback, so we are moving things forward. And yeah, it's about optimization. It's not that much about FPS, but also for like network traffic, for instance. When you have this massive multiplayer game, it's a huge challenge. Server performance, of course, and all the technical things. So we are moving forward.
Thank you so much again, Bohemia Interactive, for giving us the inside scoop on both Arma Reforger and Arma 4. Now, you don't go anywhere, because here is what's around the corner.
It's interesting that they do this. They always do a coming up on this show. It's like, just show it instead of doing a coming up.
Subconscious with the latest from Shiro Games. Hold on to your butts because front-end development spared no expense on the new Jurassic World Evolution 2 expansion, and get your crowbars ready for Half-Life Alyx Levitation, a special project from some very talented modders. Oh, modders.
Oh, it's a
what would
mod
PC
project.
gaming
Okay,
be
it's
without
not.
you?
I was like, are
While
they
we're here,
expanding
quick
on
geography
Half-Life
question.
Alex?
Which parts of the world
I,
use the most bandwidth
wasn't
for gaming?
expecting,
Answer this question for the folks at Compass Data Centers.
a Half-Life
and it could win
Alex
you a
expansion.
$500 Razer gift card. Scan the QR code on the screen to enter.
Yeah, no, it's one of the things that I.
Last year, Shiro Games debuted War Tales. at
Oh,
the PC
okay, that
Gaming
was the
Show,
ad. All right,
but
we're
the publisher
back.
has a lot more than its medieval sandbox RPG on the way. Up next, we'll hear what's up with Shiro's slate.
I was just gonna say that I really
and
enjoy the
stick
fact
around
that
for the
there's so
debut
many
of
franchises
two
and things that I know
completely new
nothing
games,
about.
Decarnation
There's
and
just so much variety now. I feel like earlier
Thank you very
on,
much for the
you
invitation,
could
Mika.
kind of know
I'm James,
most of
and
the
I can't wait to
things
show
that
you
were
everything
going
we've got
on.
prepared for you today. So it's
with
been a crazy
games,
couple of
but
months
now
for everyone
it's
here at
just
Shiro
like-
Games, with Dune Spice Wars marking the
so
most
much.
successful release in the
Arma?
history of the company.
No clue.
And it's entirely thanks to all of you. But today, let's look at Dune Spice Wars multiplayer mode. Up to 4 players can go head to
Oh
head
yeah,
in
this is the
free-for-all,
Dune game.
2v2, all work together in co-op against AI opponents. We're introducing new synergy systems between factions that will open a
RTS?
vast number of strategies to help you crush your opponents. Multiplayer will be available in Dune Spice Wars very soon.
It would be interesting if they found a
After
way to
5
do
years and
RTS
nearly 3
with more
million units sold,
verticality, because
Northgard's
that
story
RTS is always very
finally continues.
flat.
In a new chapter set shortly after the events of the first campaign, Ragnarok has decimated the lands of Northgard.
Nilfgaard?
Long-standing alliances have been broken. Violence and betrayal now plague the continent. Forced to depart what they once called home, our heroes arrive on unknown shores and find themselves confronted by unfamiliar faces in a dangerous new realm. This Northgard expansion arrives this winter.
Northgard. Sounds familiar, but I don't know.
And for all of our War Tales players out there, Cooperative is finally coming to our open world tactical RPG. You share food, gold, and camp with your friends.
Oh, they're the ones who are making War
But you
Tales
can
too.
split up to
War
cover
Tales
more
seems
grounds.
super interesting.
Before every fight, devise the perfect strategy to overcome any threats that may stand in your way. But be
Because it
careful
had
in your
this
approach,
turn-based
as one
strategy
wrong
kind
move
of
may lead to
fighting
your group's demise.
that I enjoy.
The co-op
If you
update will
have
allow
any
you to
interest
play
in
between
D&D,
2
this would be
to
a,
4 players,
these kinds
and
of
it will be
combat are
available
kind
this
of what you
summer.
can expect. It's pretty much what you get with
So a few
video
months ago, we
game
announced Shiro
turn-based
Unlimited,
combat, but with
a new
more
publishing
creativity.
label
You can do
created
whatever
by
you
indies
want.
for
in,
indies, and we
you
are
know,
very
when
proud
it's
to
an
announce
RPG.
2 new titles coming from the Shiro
TTRPG.
Unlimited family.
OP team. We'll see how OP you are.
It seemed like our last chance to start again, to escape Earth's devastation.
We used our limited resources to lay the foundations of a new life,
Ooh, the
deep
frame rate's a
below
little
the
bit
waves
choppy.
of this strange new planet.
Frame rate's a little bit choppy.
But soon, we realized it was not the dream world we had hoped for.
Sounds like Subnautica.
When faced against the darkness of the abyss, we found ourselves helpless.
Lost.
Isolated.
Abyssals. I think they couldn't have called it Abyssal because I think there's already something called Abyssal. Uh-oh. That doesn't look too good. Uh-oh. Well, I kind of love this. Kind of like this. That's beautiful. Decarnate. That's a cool cover too.
Thank you very much for sticking with us, everyone. We hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
That's cool. I like that. I like that. Decarnation.
You just saw why you were exactly right to be afraid of the ocean in Abyssals. And you confronted your inner demons in the retro dream horror of Decarnation. Next up, how do you rebuild a city in a world set after the collapse of civilization? Let's find out how by taking a look at I Am Future from TinyBuild.
TinyBuild. 3D from Tiny Build. Okay, maybe it's just the stream. It's kind of framey. Because Tiny Build usually does 2D stuff, right? Or is it just me?
Warning. Hibernation aborted. Your total hibernation time was 6 years, 6 months, 5 days. Welcome
Oh, we saw
to
this. We
Eden,
saw this.
your new home.
I have no idea where the hell I am. But damn, this place is gorgeous.
Well, when you have a positive person in the apocalypse. Man, this is gorgeous. Let's build a whole city. What? How does that work? I don't want that ever to
Our
happen to me.
forefathers conquered Caldaria and bestowed it upon us, a new generation, to share or spar over.
Our great houses seek to obtain the Emperor's favor, cultivating our lands and subjects to improve and enrich the realm. Beginning with
Kind of
ourselves,
makes me think of a mobile game.
of course.
Dominance can be secured through strength as well as delicacy.
Will you be able to build your legacy of power?
Join the great houses of Caldaria.
Huh. Interesting. That didn't
And now for these next trailers, it's
didn't
true.
make me.
They do move in herds. That was so much. The thought process is simple. God creates dinosaurs, God destroys dinosaurs, man destroys God. Man creates video games to play with dinosaurs. But just be warned that one of these trailers might come as a bit of a shock to the system.
Some bold things you said there. Video games don't shock my system. That looks kind of dope. Man, I miss when dinosaurs didn't have feathers. When we were dumber and didn't know better. And just assumed that they didn't. Thought that they were spiky lizard.
PC gamer. Humans interfacing
Here we
with
go.
computers for their own entertainment.
Here we
The
go.
very notion disgusts me.
Look upon my works, foul creatures.
And weep at its magnificence.
I'm ready.
It is a beautiful day on Citadel Station. Humanity is on the verge of a new era. I, Shodan, am its new god.
I'm
Look at
ready.
you, hacker. A pathetic creature of meat and bone. How can you challenge a perfect, immortal machine?
I am ready for
You
this.
are an insect. You are nothing. I create. I iterate. I fuse flesh and steel into perfection. My children, hacker. Their blood is on your hands.
I'm ready for this. I am ready for
For
this.
your transgressions.
Bring
These
it
are my
on.
avenging angels, and they will have retribution.
Yep, yep. Ooh. I like that. When? When?
What
No
an
day.
incredible and frankly horrifying trailer. Developed by Night Dive Studio, System Shock is the return of a beloved, acclaimed sci-fi saga. Today, to take us even further inside the world of System Shock, I am thrilled to welcome the one and
Yes,
only
interview.
Warren Spector. Thanks so much for joining us,
Warren
Warren.
Spector.
Hey, thanks for having me. This is going to be fun.
In terms of trying to translate the experience of a game from 1994, 3 decades later to now, what doesn't carry over well?
The first thing is the graphics, obviously. We did the best we could, but it was pretty primitive back then. And the other one is the user interface. If you look at when the game opened, the original, a help screen that came up, and it filled the entire screen with text. It's just a thing. I don't know how the guys at Night Dive did it. It's amazing. But frankly, as I think back on it, the game actually holds up pretty well. I'm excited to see it come back.
Just wondering if you think many modern gamers are aware
I didn't know that Warren
of the
Spector was
impact that System
directly
Shock has had
working
in
with
terms
them
of
to make
gameplay
this.
systems, in terms of narrative structure, on so many games that came after it.
I'm not sure people see the influence, which is a little unfortunate. But I think the rest of the world is going to get the chance now to experience it. And I think they'll see not just that they're having fun playing this game, but also see that other games followed in its footsteps.
Nowadays, we walk around with computers in our pockets. We're worried about the evil of algorithms. How do you think about a character like Shodan in 2022?
Shodan seems far too close to reality to me right now. And let's just hope that she doesn't show up as nasty a form as she did back in 1994.
Well, Warren, I wanted to thank you so much for joining us. And I want to let you know I cannot wait to return
Yeah,
back to
I
that
can't
world
wait
I played
either.
and
This
enjoyed so
is-
much as a kid.
This is
Yeah,
one of
I
those
can't wait
games
to
that
return to
just-
that world. I forgot
Right?
basically.
Man, Warren
Brian
Spector's looking
knows
so
way more
old.
about the game than I do now, so it'll be a new experience for me too.
Thank you so much again, Warren Spector, for joining us to talk all things System Shock. I personally can't wait for the game to come
He's like-
out, though.
it's like a little
it might
old man
completely ruin
now.
my sleep schedule, but before I spiral further, here are some more games to cram into your eyeballs.
Since the first pioneers changed the harshest aspects
The
of our
Forge?
world, every generation has
Like
upheld
the
solid
Souls-like
promise
Forge?
of our forefathers, that the rise of Titan would forever be without misery or bloodshed. We seek nothing from the solar
Definitely
system
doesn't feel like
but
it.
a lasting amity of reason and justice.
Is it called the
See no
Forge?
more, under any pretext,
Might be wrong.
would bring ruin to the great works of mankind.
Might be losing my mind.
Any victory achieved through that deepest expression of human unreason would be as devastating as defeat. We have but a singular purpose: to establish peace and security for all mankind.
The war between Mars and Titan devastated our solar system. Lead the survivors to Demarat, where you will
Falling
continue
Frontier.
Falling Frontier
Sci-fi
storyline campaign
RTS.
in orbit of an alien star.
Hooded horse. Was this super people again? This might be the same exact trailer as. Yeah, I think it is. Their CG trailer. I don't remember from last time what Super People is about. Let's see if rewatching the trailer, it can be. Was that just a fire fart? I think that she wasn't wearing any weapons. Maybe she's a robot person. Both equally feasible. Equally plausible. Okay, they didn't show any. That's why I have no idea, because they didn't show any gameplay.
You've made it here to a site of grace. or a bonfire, or a sculptor's idol, or a lamp. Make sure you're staying hydrated, replenish your potions, and most importantly, keep letting us know what games you're excited about using hashtag
Yeah, we have, and they didn't show any gameplay. Also, he's talking about FromSoft.
Good. Now,
Imagine they announced Bloodborne for
Feeling
PC.
good. It's time to enjoy a slice of that lovely cyberpunk life, courtesy of Nivalis, and experience the investigative horror
Never mind.
of immortality.
They lied to
the
us.
Latest from the
They
mind
lied to
of
us.
Sam Barlow.
He starts talking about it, and then it was just a stupid script transition.
I believe we have a short clip here. Do you want to tell us what we're about to see?
Well, I don't want to spoil things too much.
Does this work as a confession?
What in the world? How does this work? You're editing a movie? Uh-oh. That dude had the bloody pee-pee.
Now it's worth
Is she the one that gives him the bloody pee-pee? I don't get this. Is he cheating on the bloody pee-pee? 3 Lost Movies Find the Truth? What happened to the Marissa Marcel? Bloody pee-pee, man.
We can take a break. You should take a break. No, no.
I'm not gonna take a break. I'm gonna keep streaming. Also, they said Cyberpunk World. I was like, what? Now we're actually getting it. 505
boss, time to wake up. We got customers waiting.
Better than
What do you mean
Cyberpunk
you don't know where
2077.
to start? Let's clean this place up. Move some chairs and tables around. We can make this
Cyberpunk
place
Bar
shine
Simulator?
again.
No.
If the weather gets bad, we can grow some veg in the greenhouse. Once we start making real money, well, then you can rent that fancy new apartment in Midtown.
Wait.
So make friends, make enemies, give customers a room
This is a
just
full-on
turn on
RPG?
the old charm, or water down their drinks. I'm not your conscience. This is a world to explore, to make stories, your stories. You ever look up at the clouds?
It might be
and
trying
wonder
to beat
what's up there?
Cyberpunk. It
Well,
might.
if you dream big enough, maybe
might.
you'll find out. Maybe we all will. Welcome to Nivalis.
Nivalis. I feel like I've heard that name too.
Hi, I'm Marco. And I'm Roman. At Ironlands, we are big fans of cyberpunk fiction and games, but we have our own ideas of what a cyberpunk world can be. This is a game in which you manage your restaurant, bar, or nightclub, take care of your staff, make deals, farm, and experience the stories of the people you meet.
Or maybe you just want to take the day off and go fishing at the docks instead. Nivalis
This actually
primarily
seems
uses
interesting, like
voxel art
living
for
a
the
life in a
environments.
cyberpunk
We
city.
spend lots of time creating a unique atmosphere with high levels of detail and dynamic elements.
I'd be okay
We are
with this.
excited about
I'd
the
be okay
cyberpunk
playing
world
this.
we're making, and we can't wait to see the choices you'll make and how you'll choose to live your life when you come visit us in Nivalis. You can wishlist Nivalis now on Steam and the Epic Game Store.
Mana
You know
is
what? I'm
the
gonna- I'll
gaming
save that.
rewards
I'll
debit
save
card
that.
that puts the power back in the hands of players. So with every quest you complete
Hey.
and every purchase you make, you're earning
Get
for the
outta
rewards
here
you
with
actually
it.
want.
Get outta
We
here
make
with
it
your
easy
thing.
for you to set up and start. Just sync your favorite games to your Mana account and start earning real-life rewards the next time you play.
Oh, Chris,
So
did you
why
see?
pay
Did
any
you see
other way?
the Vin Diesel game?
Pay with Mana. Pay with power. Mana. Game the system.
Game this.
Get ready to overclock your eyeballs because this next trailer is coming in hotter than my computer with 3 Chrome tabs open.
Means a lit synthwave soundtrack too. Yeah. What? Yeah. He was on a dinosaur. Yeah, yeah, he was riding a dinosaur with his daughter. He was like, family. He's the new face for Ark. So he's the main character of Ark 2. The Ark sequel. Hey, we're finally getting to see this. Oh, I kind of like the art style. I like thick lines. Thick lines. Interesting animation and style for the... Yeah, it looks like classic Persona. It really does. Ark Square has a new face? What? What are you talking about? Am I missing something? Did I miss something? Is Ark here? Oh. Oh. No! My brain is... I'm dwindling. I'm shindling. I am dead. I am dead.
You just saw Demon School from Welsh developer Ysbryd Games. And now, it's time to take a bit of a spooky transition. If you're at home, turn on all the lights in the room, make sure the salt circle is unbroken, and check to see that your door is properly painted with sacrificial lamb's blood, because things are about to get certifiably terrifying. Let's look at the H.R. Giger-inspired biopunk horror, Scorn.
More Scorn!
Desolate and
more
decayed.
Scorn!
A grisly nightmare of macabre perception. Greetings. I'm your host, Doug Bradley, and I invite you to join me as we explore Scorn's mesmerizing labyrinth of odd forms and somber tapestries.
Yes. This is the game that I've been waiting for.
In the middle of a desolate hellscape, filled with biomechanical contraptions, part flesh, part machine. An industrial civilization, now lying in decay and ruin. A hidden fauna sleeps within the underbelly of the world, wanting nothing more than to be left undisturbed.
I really want a game like, you know, the FromSoft games
Scorn
or this,
has been carefully crafted with great attention to
where
detail.
the society is
Everything is
still
focused on
at its
building a
peak,
specific atmosphere.
not a fallen
From a
society.
unique organic ecosystem to an unsettling soundscape created by Ethek and Lustmord. Scorn has no dialogue, so most of the storytelling comes from the environment, discovering the ever-present symbiotic relationships and how things are connected equips you with the tools to progress. While there is shooting within the game, Scorn is not a shooter. Every encounter must be carefully considered. A wrong choice could be deadly. I hope you've enjoyed this glimpse into the twisted world of Scorn.
I want to see more.
The team at Ebb Software can't wait for you to uncover the secrets of this unique world as you experience Scorn firsthand this October. Are you prepared to unravel your inner self within Scorn's world of horror?
I am. Yeah, I'm into. October 21st. Do you know how many games are coming out on October 21st for Microsoft? There's so many. I don't know why they put them all on the same day.
Wars, harvesting melange and trying to figure out how to pronounce Kwisatz Haderach. It doesn't matter. I'm equally ready to turn hordes of Tyranids into a Jackson Pollock painting in Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. In this brutal third-person shooter, you once again step into the oversized power armor of Titus, an elite Primaris Space Marine in a galaxy immersed in a never-ending war. To take us further inside the grimdark, I am joined by Tim Willits and Oliver Hollis,
give us
the
a little,
creative director, on
kiss.
Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. First of all, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Good to be here. Now, Tim, I want to start with you. You previously worked at id Software on Doom. How would you say the Space Marine compares to Doom Guy?
That is a good question. I bet many people did not know that the original Doom Guy was actually a Space Marine, inspired by an even older Space Marine, which is the Warhammer 40,000 Space Marines. So, you know, it's really exciting for me to work on Space Marine 2, you know, because it's a great franchise, and I know that it's inspired so many other video games throughout the last 25, 30 years.
Oh, absolutely. And there's so much lore to sift through. And I think this brings us to talk a little bit about the new Space Marine that you're going to get to play, a Primaris Space Marine. Oliver, talk to us a little bit about Captain Titus and what makes this class of Space Marine different from the others.
Very nerdy.
So the
but it made a lot of really cool things.
The Emperor, the kind of leader of this.
I feel like Warhammer is one of those things that's just like really cool stuff, and you wouldn't imagine that it would be one of the nerdiest things.
A super soldier from his own DNA, and each of these different different chapters have different.
A lot of it you
traits
can't
of the
really
Emperor. But
tell
what
it's
makes
like
the
supposed to be
Primaris
super
different
nerdy.
is
Not
that
supposed to be,
a
but
guy
like,
named
when you
Belisarius
actually
Cawl,
play it, it's
the
super
Emperor's kind of chief
technical and
scientist,
super like.
went back, did some digging in the old data, and found a way to enhance.
Cool. And I mean, it inspired a bunch of cool stuff like
by
Doom
installing
and stuff like
new devices, new
Look
kind
at
of
him.
bio implants.
He looks like
in
a
their
Doom
body.
dude.
So now these guys are 2.5 meter tall monsters capable of destroying anything in their path.
It's reminding me of the 1,000 times I have rewatched the Astartes animation.
That's amazing.
It's so exciting. It's so exciting that we now get to be in that position to play that kind of character. And in the trailer, we saw a lot of Tyranids. Are they the main enemy that you're going to be against? And if so, what makes them such a compelling foe?
Did
In
they
this particular
inspire
game, the
Alien?
Tyranids are the main focus.
They probably
what
inspired
makes
the
them compelling
Zerg,
is that they are
anything.
extragalactic locust-like creatures. They've come in from goodness knows where. They spread like wildfire. They devour everything in their path, and they leave nothing in their wake.
So one of the great things about the Tyranids is they come in the thousands. And our proprietary engine, the Saber Swarm engine, can deliver these epic battles. Now we will have thousands of Tyranids, and you will rip and tear through them all.
I mean, that is so thrilling, because this is the sort of thing that older
Day
games
9's
couldn't even
reaction.
hope to do. And you're talking a little bit about combat. I know that
I
some of
enjoyed me a
the
good
previous
Day
entries
9.
were more melee focused. What's the combat like in Space Marine 2?
Oh yeah,
So
first
the
one
combat
was
in Space Marine 2
2011.
is a mix of in-your-face melee combat along with some really cool over-the-top weapons. So you know, we looked at, you know, the original Space Marine game where it had a lot of this push-forward combat, which has inspired many other video games, but that never stop, never take cover combat is integral to Space Marine 2, along with, you know, these
So
really
it's very
cool,
like
powerful
the
weapons.
modern
So
Doom.
you're either tearing up enemies in front of you, or you're blowing them away from the back of the battlefield. It's the best of both worlds.
I mean, that sounds so terrific. And I mean, I know you guys are huge fans of the 40K lore, so I'm curious about, in working on this project, what's been the most fun seeing come together? I mean, what's Saber Interactive focusing on right now?
Right at the beginning of the project, Tim and I went to the Warhammer Museum, which was an incredible experience. And you go around all these cabinets where these incredible miniatures that have been painted by these masters are arranged in these dioramas. You find yourself kind of crouching down and looking into the ranks of Space Marines that are facing Tyranids or Orcs or whatever. And something that Tim and I said at that moment was, we need to make this come alive. I don't want to look at this, I want to be inside this. I want to be gunning down Tyranids by the thousands. And so seeing that actually happen and come alive has been thrilling.
am I going to feel like the characters in the Astartes animation? Because if so, then I'm buying the game immediately.
Even more so, when you're wielding one of those massive weapons and you're faced with 1,000 Tyranids who all want to eat you alive, and you're just letting rip and you can see shell casings bursting out of these massive weapons one after another. The sound, the gameplay, the way it feels is all designed to make you feel like the most powerful warrior in the universe.
Well, perfect.
Well, but then how do you feel progression?
Thank you so much, Tim and Oliver from
How do you
Saber
feel
Interactive for joining us.
progression?
I can't wait. Warhammer 40K.
Games don't
Space
work
Marine
like
2
that.
comes to PC,
You
PS5,
feel like a frail
Xbox
little,
Series X and
little
S
stick
soon.
man.
Now, next, we have a few more surprises for you up the sleeves of our proverbial power armor. First, Replicant D6's homage to the golden days, or should I say, golden eyes of 90s console shooters, and an atmospheric sci-fi adventure on the Red Planet.
GoldenEye remake?
Frontier Developments and Kyoken Interactive. Let's take a look.
Does it have no crosshair? Is this a no crosshair shooter? I would be very impressed. Oh, the music even sounds like Golden. Yep, it sounds exactly. Oh, you can make your own campaign. The music is very. It sounds like James Bond music. I mean, GoldenEye James Bond music. I saw reticle. How are you supposed to aim? Agent 64, Spies and Agent 6. Oh. Can you play the game in the game and like every time you go deeper into the game it becomes lower and lower quality graphically?
Sarah? Ryan? This is Kathy.
Are we back
Can
to the
you hear
first
me?
game again? It'd be funny, we just keep going back and looping.
Mission Opera has only one objective. Bring the Arks and their revolutionary technology back home.
Here we go, Opera Team. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
I need to
It
know
begins with
that
you.
when we get there,
It's Lara
you'll
Croft
make the right decision.
in space.
We can
She
do
has a
this.
little. Yeah, it's Lara Croft in space.
What do you expect to find?
It's Tomb Raider's daughter. It's Janet Croft. Because Janet is the name of Lara Croft's daughter. Deliver Us Mars. I feel like I've heard a lot about this game.
Hi, my name's Elise Chappell, and I play Kathy Johansson.
Get out of
in the
here! Oh, you
out-of-this-world
play
sci-fi epic
Janet
Deliver Us
Jackson or
Mars.
whatever.
Join Kathy and the crew of the Zephyr on an unmissable adventure as they journey to the Red Planet to recover technology vital to the survival of Earth and humankind. Deliver Us Mars is set to land on September
Give her
27th
Snickers?
and is available to pre-order now on PlayStation,
get it.
Xbox, Steam, and the Epic Games Store.
Stay a while and listen.
I'm kidding. I know that
To
Mars
this list
owns
of
the
games
candies.
still to come. The team behind Half-Life Alyx Levitation will put their mod where their mouth is, and then it's paradox time. Not as in us creating an actual time paradox. We're going to show you the latest from Victoria 3. Plus, you can literally
Need a lot of
scare your
stretches.
entire butt off
Feel
with the
like a
creeping
cat.
horror of Gloomwood. All this and more in just a moment. But first, a final
Okay, I'm
pop
gonna
quiz
go use
for
the
all you
bathroom.
Valorant,
I'll be right back.
CS:GO, and
I'm gonna
League
leave
of
this
Legends
playing.
players.
Have fun,
How
have
much
fun.
has esports revenue increased since 2016? Compass Data Centers wants to hear your guess, and you can scan this QR code on the screen for a chance to win a $500 Razer gift card. Visit gaming.compassdatacenters.com to enter. All right, and now, back to the show.
Up next, we're going to take a look at Stormgate, the highly anticipated real-time strategy game from Frost Giant. Then, our resident RTS addict is going to sit down with some of the game developers to ask the hard-hitting questions like, when can we play this already?
2 years ago, our team assembled with a shared vision to build a brand new real-time strategy game. Together, we've been fortunate to work on some of the greatest RTS games of all time, and now we have a chance to do it again by creating the next evolution of that legacy. Today, we are so excited to share a first glimpse of Stormgate, an exclusive sneak peek into the universe and game that we've been creating for you. Stormgate takes place in an all-new post-apocalyptic setting where science fiction and fantasy collide. Our story begins hundreds of years in Earth's future, following the near extinction of humanity.
Puppet Masters.
This great calamity
How are
is
you?
caused by the Infernal Host, a playable alien race of demonic invaders that are hell-bent on claiming this planet as their own.
What is this?
With our story, we are creating an
What did I miss?
ever-expanding game universe, told through an ongoing series of campaign missions that you can play solo or cooperatively. New chapters will come out regularly, along with new units, maps, modes, and plenty of other surprises. In addition to campaign
Oh, yeah, I
missions,
remember
we're building
seeing
a
this.
world-class competitive experience with grassroots
Oh,
and professional
no.
tournaments accessible from directly within the game. There will be different links suitable
Get
for
outta
all
here,
levels of
damn
experience.
man.
In our new 3-player co-op versus
Social
AI mode, you'll
RTS.
level
When
up your
they
heroes,
try to
collect rewards, and customize your
force
forces to
esports
open up
into a
new
game, it
styles of
doesn't
gameplay
work.
And long-term variety.
It doesn't work at all when they try forcing esports into games. It's just poo-poo
Stormgate
trash.
will be free to play, but not
Are
pay
you
to
just
win,
chilling
and there
today,
will be no
Chris?
NFTs.
Or are you
Beta testing
up
starts
to
next
something?
year, and you
Are
can
you like
sign
fishing?
up now to reserve your place in line at
Are you fishing
playstormgate.com.
with Spectre Lauren?
You might happen to know that I'm a huge fan of real-time strategy games.
You are?
StarCraft is my favorite game. I played it for 25 years. I still play it, and that's why I am so thrilled.
I
today
learned how to
talking
play with you?
Frost Giant Studios. They're a group of amazing developers who have worked on literally my favorite games of all time. And we're here to talk about their brand new, free-to-play, real-time strategy game set in a post-apocalyptic Earth. It's Stormgate. And here to talk about it
Yeah,
is
we're
the
out, shark
CEO
fish.
and production director at Frost
Oh,
Giant,
sharks are
Tim Morton.
endangered.
Thanks for joining us,
there's a
Tim.
dude there.
Thank you so much for having
no,
me.
he has a
I
comb
want to know
over.
about the world. I want to know about the game. Tell us, what is Stormgate?
All right, this
Batman,
is
don't
our
ever do a comb
first
over.
game as a new studio, and it is classic real-time strategy.
Have you ever tried,
but
like, the-
designed
the-
to
the-
be more social? We build the game in a universe that ties
That
everything
treatment
together,
that
but
they
provide different
bunch of
kinds
YouTubers have
experiences for
like
players
hair
who
loss,
like different kinds
early
of gameplay. So
male
we've got
pattern baldness.
cooperative campaign mode. Also play open-ended
I-
co-op.
I-
but
I don't
if
know
you're
if you
somebody
care
who really
about that
enjoys
stuff,
competition,
or if you're just
we've
happy
got
as you are.
1 versus 1, high skill, competitive.
But
And
if you are,
those
maybe
very
those things
different
can
ways to
help.
play in some ways, but they're also all unified by the universe, by the races, by the units. So you really get
We're
a
in
sense
bed
for
at
how
the
to
moment?
enjoy the game.
Oh, is
I'm
it
curious
super
a little
late
bit
right
about
now?
that core
Didn't
gameplay, because
realize.
obviously in all these modes you're going to be collecting money, building bases, building units, and so on. And
You're
I know
owning
that for
the
you,
egg
the
look?
game feeling really good and really smooth to play.
I
is super
approve. I
important.
approve.
Now, obviously,
I always say when I go
I come
bald,
from a time where
I'm
if
just
the
gonna
pathfinding
own
is
it.
bad,
I'm not
we
gonna
call
try to
that
like
high
comb it
skill
over.
opportunity.
It's like nah.
But I mean,
I'm
how
just
do you
gonna
think
go
about
for
getting
it.
the controls, the motions, just the
When it
feel of the
happens,
game
it
to feel good
happens.
in 2022?
Yeah, it's
it's
interesting that
10 p.m.
RTS
Oh,
is one
oh.
of the only genres
That
I
makes
can think
sense.
of
StarCraft
where you have to
2.
have hundreds, even thousands of units.
I played a lot of StarCraft 2.
synchronized over the network
Back in
and
the day.
responsive in a way that high skill, like pro esports players feel good about.
Become
playing the game.
Easter
That's
egg.
not easy.
Then
It
someone's
does
gonna crack you
require
open for a
custom
toy.
Technology.
Become a Kinder
There's
egg.
no engine that you buy off the shelf that does that for you. So we definitely started knowing that and having the benefit
It's the opposite of
our
Detroit
chief
Become
architect, James
Human.
Anhalt, who
It's
did that
England
work
Become Egg.
previously on StarCraft 2. So we've put a lot of
So
effort
dumb.
into that for sure.
And
'Cause
this
England
is
in
going
my
to be one
city.
of the first major RTSs people are aware of that is on Unreal Engine 5. What is it like
Ooh.
working in this next
They're
generation?
just showing stuff
It's
that has
pretty
nothing to do
incredible
with
how
it.
far things have come from a graphics
They're just showing
perspective,
stuff.
and I think the art team is unlocked in so many ways by what Unreal provides. So we're very excited. We're still learning everything that Unreal can do.
So
for
I'm
us,
wondering, like,
but
these
even
were these the
that
guys that
first
made
cinematic
StarCraft?
that
I
we
wasn't
debuted,
paying
like,
attention,
that's
and now
done
they're
in Unreal.
doing
So
their own
the
thing.
high quality graphics that you're seeing are actually coming from Unreal as an engine.
So you've talked a little bit about, for new players, making the game feel a little more approachable, a little bit more streamlined, but obviously, StarCraft, real-time strategy has this astonishingly long history as a competitive game, as an esport. And I'm curious, how is your team going to approach that?
So a lot of the emphasis around our thinking has been focused on what are things that we can add, especially around the gameplay experience. And one of those
also,
things
say hello to
is
Lauren for me.
More seamless
I
integration
hope she's
with
doing
esports. I mean, being able to sign up,
Why are
participate
people
in
waggling
tournaments
Wii
directly
remotes?
from the client
What's the
in
deal
a
with
way
that?
gives players, even if you're not like top grandmaster, you know, ready to take on Cyril, there's still an opportunity to be the best on your block, or the best at your company, or the best at your
in your
school. So
block.
we
I don't
want to
know
facilitate
anyone in my block.
esports
No one knows
all the
anyone in
way
their
from
blocks
grassroots
anymore.
level up to the pro level
So
directly.
online electronic
So, of course, in the
people.
history of RTS games, a really important component of them has always been mods. I mean, Warcraft 3, there's players that didn't even play the original game. They just did custom mode after custom mode. Does Stormgate have modding? How are you thinking about the modding community?
A number of members of the Frost Giant team actually came out of the modding community. The team
How
as
are
a
you?
whole is
How are
very
you?
passionate about it. From the outset, we started out applying resources to build a custom
Is that-
editor.
is that a lurk?
I think there's a lot of
it's a lurk, it's a
opportunity
lurk,
to make improvements to the
Enjoy the
editing
lurk,
experience
enjoy
for
the lurk.
RTS. We are also working on the infrastructure for people to be able to share their mods with each other. So
Oh, okay,
it's
this is
really
StarCraft 2. I
core
was
to
like,
us as a team
it's
to
also a
enable modding,
side
and we're
scroller?
absolutely working on it.
And
I
of course,
wasn't-
we have to end with my favorite question of all. When can
Just
we play
finished
the game
long
and how
but
do we
productive
play it,
meeting.
Tim?
That's awesome.
So
That's
we are
awesome.
going
I'm
to
glad.
start our beta in
I'm
2023.
glad that
We
it
already
was
have the
productive.
site stood
Sometimes
up at
meetings can go
playstormgate.com
nowhere.
to be able to register for the beta.
So I am
we have
very
a lot
glad
of
it was
active
productive.
discussion topics on our subreddit as well, so there's an opportunity to participate in the dialogue around what we're building.
Tim, thank you so much for joining us again today. We just got a chance to talk about
Thanks, Tim.
Stormgate, the upcoming free-to-play RTS from Frost Giant Studios. I'm personally super pumped to play it, and be sure to check it out.
Every time
at playstormgate.com.
I see this link,
Tim, I'm
because
gonna
now
do a
I've seen this
transition to the
trailer
next
like
game. Are you
20
ready?
times in different
It's gonna be good. Watch this.
conferences.
It's gonna be so sick. Next, we're going to show you Leysara, Summit Kingdom from Quite OK Games. Now, as someone
It
who
was
has
fun,
spent
to be
a
honest.
medically
Would love to
advisable
give
amount of time
details,
playing
but
strategy
that's
games
all
of
right.
all
Don't
sorts,
worry.
This looks
I'll just start
incredibly
like
up my
pressing
alley.
and being like,
And it
hey,
looks a lot safer than my
give me all
last
the
attempt to
details.
create society in the mountains.
me
2 words to a yodeling accident. Let's check it
Yeah,
out.
have you been following any of the conferences and things like that have been going on? And if so, do you have a highlight? Do you have a favorite thing you... Oh no! That's kind of terrifying. Is this a game about building towns on mountains and then them getting crushed? Is that what this is? That's terrible if that's the case. I mean, it's an interesting concept. That's interesting. But very unexpected. That is so odd. I don't tend to follow these. That's fair. This does look beautiful. Yeah, it's this. I was like, what? But that is interesting. It's definitely an interesting twist on the genre. Play this on stream? No, it could be very fun. I don't know all the different types of games you're into, but there were definitely some big announcement. I don't know if you're looking forward to like Starfield or any of those bigger games, or if you're interested in more of these smaller games. But there were a lot of smaller games that were shown off, and a lot of them that looked super interesting. I'm basically into everything. I play a ton of indies. That's fair. So yeah, there's a ton of stuff. I think some of my highlights, I've been adding them to my wish list on Steam, just because there have been quite a few interesting ones. Well, Scorn, you probably heard of Scorn already. Scorn was shown a lot. This is it on sale? Scorn was shown a lot.
That was Frozen Flame, an open-world survival RPG from Dreamside
Entropy
Interactive.
Center,
You'll
I highly
embark
recommend
on a
looking
fantasy
up.
adventure in a world reshaped by a
Nivalis,
magical calamity. A cursed land full
9
of
Years
environmental
of
hazards
Shadows,
and massive monsters.
and The
Doesn't
Last
sound
Faith.
like the
Those
kind
are
of
all
place
like
you'd want to build a cozy home with
dark,
your friends. But instead, you'll be raising
fantasy,
fortresses and trying to
Bloodborne-y
tame
kind
the
of stuff.
world,
That's
eventually
stuff I
growing tough
enjoy.
enough to tackle the citadel that looms over everything and break the curse. Or you'll end up in the belly of a monster. Still kind of cozy. The demo for Frozen Flame was released just before the show, so you can jump in or grab some co-op buddies and see how long you can survive for right now. And keep an eye out for the early access launch later this year.
Ooh, are you a big open world survival RPG fan? You enjoy? Well, you said you play everything, so I would guess so.
If you could listen to the noise of history, then you would hear by the sounds of the Victorian age that the world changed forever.
I really like games that take place on maps that look like old-timey maps too.
And the cries in the streets calling
PvP's the
out for
one exception,
revolution.
admittedly. Same. Same. I don't play many PvP games
We simulate
at all.
this era. 100 years, starting in 1836, and put you in charge of a young society.
Oh, I wonder.
You will meet the people.
I wonder if you get to build your
high
own,
and
or
low, over cultures across the globe.
I wonder if this is
They are
kind
the
of like
beating
Civ.
heart of your nation, and form powerful
Vicky
groups
3. I played a ton of
with
Vicky
needs
2.
And desires.
I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with
Listen
this.
to their calls and let it influence reform, or turn a deaf ear to protect what is proven.
This is the first I'm
and
learning
stable.
of this franchise.
Your politics will decide where you want to go, but your economy, how far you'll come. Taxes, production, trade, and construction. Play these cards right, and you can harness the Industrial Revolution to turn your cities into titans. This is the engine you will need on the global stage. Use pacts, threats, and bluffs.
Yeah, I
to
have never
secure
heard of
your
this.
place
The only,
in
the closest
sun.
thing I'm familiar with is
Anything done
Civ,
by war can be achieved,
and I don't
with
know how close
diplomacy.
that is even.
But you can decide when push comes to shove. Here you write the stories, and over time, the history of your world will be carved into the map. What will your society be like? What is the sound that will echo over
Victoria 2
continents
is basically an
and be
economy.
heard over
Oh,
the noise of
interesting.
time
Oh, you know
as
what?
you create
Victoria,
your grand tomorrow.
I had a friend who would play that. Victoria 3. Oh yeah, they had the title. It's a 4K strategy game.
That
You run
was
a
the
nation
gameplay
from
debut of Victoria 3
1836 to
from Paradox
1936.
Interactive, a
It's very
grand
interesting.
strategy game coming later this year. And let us take this moment to let you know
It's really
you can
pretty,
wish us
though.
Victoria 3 by visiting the PC Gaming Show event page on Steam, where you'll be able to find every game featured in today's show. Type
Yeah, we got
PCGamer.com/wishlist into your browser
Space,
to be taken
Lara
straight
Croft.
to there.
We got
And now on with the show.
on this presentation. We also got Optimist Man in Apocalypse, New Blood. And you no. So much so that Ubisoft has not shown a single game. Ubisoft is completely absent. Completely absent. There was Diablo 4. We saw that. That's another long-standing game that people have mentioned. I mean, Starfield again, because it's releasing soon, but it hasn't been that long for that one. I was sad that Avowed didn't get mentioned. I was very excited for Avowed, but there was no mention of that at all. That was kind of the game that I wanted to have seen this E3, just in general, and I didn't see.
What's
they
up,
didn't
PC
have it.
gamers? We're back again. Now, what you just saw was everything New Blood's got going on for 2022. A Medieval the Black Labyrinth, Ultra Kill Act 2, Faith, Fallen
Oh, is
Aces,
it
and
multiple
a brand new update
games?
for Dusk that's bringing all new HD models and weapons that nobody asked for. So we're doing it anyway. Now, last year you might have noticed we teased a bunch of games here that we weren't ready to talk about just yet. and we're still not ready to
So
talk
New
about
Blood
those games.
is the
but I want to let you know that
team,
yes,
is
we're
the
still working on a
studio.
top-down
I thought that was
shooter.
the name of the
yes,
game.
we're still working on a Fallout-style RPG, my dream game.
Oh, that looks
and
good.
yes, we're still working on a car combat game, but we're not ready to talk about
I want
those
the
games
RPG.
just yet.
Give me
what
the
I want to talk
RPG,
about
please.
is Gloomwood. Now, 2 years ago, y'all straight up forgot to show the Gloomwood trailer. Last year, you bumped me so Gabe Newell could talk about a bunch of demos or some shit. This year, PC Gamer, you promised we would get to show Gloomwood, so I don't want to hear any bullshit. If you're on a Steam Deck ad right now or some shit, I'm gonna...
Steam Deck. Powerful, portable, PC gaming.
PC Gamer, you see this puppy? I will drown this puppy. I will, if you don't let her show Gloomwood, I am going to drown.
No
this
drowning the
adorable-
pupper.
I would never do that. Hi, I love you. So yeah.
Don't even joke
good?
about that.
No. Can we show Gloomwood? Are you sure?
Stop talking about it. I want to see it. Show me the
Well,
trailer.
alright.
Show me the thing.
It's about time.
I want to see what this is all about. Gloomwood. Feels weird to have a YouTube video editing. Yeah, this E3 has been very much not E3. I mean, if you're used to like any E3 type stuff, the only usual company was Microsoft. No one else showed. PlayStation wasn't here. Nintendo not here. Ubisoft, as mentioned, not here. Activision showed games on other people's conferences. EA not here. And Devolver. Devolver was here, and their show was perfection. Oh, this is fun. I like these guns. They look really cool. I care more about how they look than shooting, though. That's me. By the way, I checked, and I could... You're working on a game? That is awesome! That is so exciting! Is this a new development, or have you been working on... I don't know how this would be a new development. You're probably working in a game studio of some sort. So that's awesome. That's really exciting. I hope it goes well. I hope everything goes smoothly. As smoothly as possible. I know that there's a lot of trial and tribulations when it comes to game development. Oh, and
There's only
don't forget
one
to...
thing I like more than playing New Bloods games.
The style
And that's
reminds
probably
me
the URLs they made
of
for them.
Sir,
It wouldn't be a
You Are
PC
Being
gaming show
Hunted.
without the silliest, most ridiculous website names in human history. Which is why I'm delighted to share that next
That sounds
we have
so
a group of
familiar.
such games that run the gamut from medieval mayhem to an adorable animal fight club.
New
And our
development,
first rule,
indie. I'm basically project
absolutely
lead.
plan to talk about it.
That is so cool. Congrats. That is so cool. I wish you the best. I will definitely wait and check in for more updates as they come, because I'm just as interested in games as I am in game development. Game development has been something I have studied, not in a university or something, but it's just something I was so passionate about.
Corrupted what?
Kind of learned how to
Why is it
make
always doing this
games on my
just
own and stuff like
showcase
that. So
the game?
it's something that I just really enjoy.
Okay. I'm gonna say
So
no.
I would love to hear it as it happens, because it's
tried
honestly
turning it
something
off?
that's really
Yes.
exciting to me.
The update to System 10.1.
Won't be for a bit, but we'll absolutely post stuff on my Twitter. Yeah, no, that is great.
Oh, no. Nobody's obeying me.
I will
That's
definitely
the
be
thing.
looking for it. I will definitely. Oh, speaking of which, I'm just being rude here.
Okay, so I
want to
do
give you
have
a
backup of the trailer.
quick little shout
While I
out.
go rummage into the bin for it, please
Armia
welcome my personal
is
assistant.
an
That will
awesome
do a great
streamer.
job at pitching the game for you.
And a game developer, a lead developer on a game.
Talk about how cool I am in the story and how funny and witty.
We're playing. Done. Oh yeah, you were doing a campaign, right? How did that go? I hope that went well.
Found it. Ladies and
Because
gentlemen.
I remember
the
you
trailer.
mentioning it. I don't know how long you've been doing it. I just remember you mentioning
Okay,
it. But
who
I
had the
hope it's
amazing
a good
idea to
group
save
and just
the
a fun
trailer
game
back up
to.
at 14.4 pixels?
It's been a fun
Do we have
campaign for you
enhanced working
guys.
for us?
Yeah, I'm not paying attention at all at this. To this back firewall. Okay, I see it. I see it. I completely missed the gameplay of what we're watching.
The survival of thy noble family depends on their ability.
Oh, it's one of these games. I see the little fat bodies. I'm like, oh, I think I know who's making this. We'll see if it's actually them.
If only it were that easy.
I was prepping a one-shot. We haven't started yet. We're gonna have 3 VTubers playing themselves in there. Oh, that's gonna be fun. That's going to be really fun. Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like this is medieval RimWorld type thing. But, oh, that sounds super fun. I can't confirm anything yet because I don't know if it's actually going to happen, but I have been considering making at least a partial transition to VTubing. I think it would be fun. Not sure though.
I don't know what you're up to, fuzzball.
Oh, this looks like this looks like My Little Pony art. Nas has returned. What have I missed? Not much. Not much on my Xbox right now because I'm setting up my Oculus. Yeah, you got an Oculus. But yeah, not too much. Not too much. Could always try out with a PNG or so. Yeah, maybe. I would have to get a good PNG though. How funny would it be if I become a PNG tuber, but it's actually a picture of me? I become a PNG tuber of a real person. The art style really looks like a My Little Pony type thing. Them fighting herds. Yeah, do you already have Nas? Do you already have a game for your Oculus? Oh, this looks serene. Unironically, this pony fighting game has genuinely good graphics. For games graphics are as good as this, no, it did. It's like something I've been mentioning quite a few times throughout the entirety of these conferences is that, you know, for a little while now, we've been at a level where if 2D games want to look like cartoons and like animated films, they can, and it's so awesome. Not only, you know, in looks, but also in its animation. You can make something. Oh, it's Core Keeper. That's cool. I've heard so much about Core Keeper. Also, the fact that they're made by a Pug studio.
That was the latest DLC
But yeah,
for
so
Core Keeper.
the fact that we are able to have games that are animated so beautifully and look just like a cartoon does is
now we have even more twists
insane.
and turns and trailers. So press
something
enter to
honestly
continue.
you couldn't really have
press it?
thought of
I'm gonna go ahead and Sugi press
a while
it.
ago.
No, but seriously,
So
press it.
if I could afford it, I'd love to get that Steam VR thing. Yes, the Valve Index with where you can like
Old world, there was no hope of it ever
use your fingers.
When our crops failed, the
It's
ruling
incredible.
class would still collect the same share.
It's crazy. I don't personally own it, but I've gotten a chance to try like playing something that was made for it, like Alex. Half-Life Alex is crazy. The fact that you can like, just like how they show like push things aside and like hold things, it's really cool. It's definitely super cool. And even like, I know that I was mentioning this earlier to someone else too. Something like Skyrim that has a bunch of mods. There are mods that make it super compatible with all these extra things. Like everything becomes more physical. You can actually pick them up. So I think even playing a big RPG like that in VR with very not delicate, intricate. Not intricate. What's the word I'm looking for? But that just has those details and just the ability to really pick things up with your fingers is just so cool. I would love to play that with Valve Index for sure. It's that Kinect dream. Yeah. the Kinect, that whole technology of using images could have worked so well. I think now maybe if they could have continued developing it, obviously not forcing it down onto the Xbox, but I think if they kept developing it and maybe instead of controllers, you know, we had the headset, but we had the cameras to pick it up, so we didn't need any controllers, I think it could have been super cool too. Because I think it could have worked, especially with more developed technologies. No, yeah. Oh, I completely agree. It was like first generation of that technology, and it worked really well. Obviously, it wasn't getting like super precise, but it picked up the body. People could do like the dances, all those different things, and it worked.
In harmony with this world. For too long, we have wandered without purpose.
So it was super impressive. It's just too bad that I feel like it was used as just a gimmick by the end, and people didn't find much use for it. And I think if it evolved with VR, I think it could have still been here and held itself. Because that's essentially what a lot of VR does, right? It has different cameras, different nodes, depending on the technology that it uses to do that. And that's kind of what, say, an Oculus uses with the cameras pointing out. Where like it's actually, now that it has like hand tracking, you can use your hands to do a lot of things. It's essentially what it's doing. Is that same or similar technology. Just Dance carried the Kinect for it really did. It was like, it was a different game though, right? It wasn't Just Dance. It was a different one. Like Dance Studio or something like that, which was more like break dancey type thing.
Then found a reason to stay.
People aren't ready for it, and the games that got made for it inspire people to get on board. Overwhelming as heck.
But we've made
people just
learned the lay of the land.
I think we also power-wise weren't there. So the games that could be made on the Kinect and use that technology just
whole new terrain.
They just couldn't achieve the dream of it. They couldn't achieve the dream of the Kinect. I think the Kinect was too early for its own good. I think with the power that we have now, it could definitely be.
Think you got what it takes?
Would definitely be very interesting. Oh boy, a hardcore survival MMO that will last for 10 minutes. This one? This looks interesting. Icarus. Sticks. Oh, it's a real thing.
In the rich tapestry of the PC gaming community, modders are one of the most inspiring subcultures. In fact, some of the most popular genres today started as PC gaming mods. Right now, modders Sean FMP1 Snelling and Corey Latto are making something incredibly special in the form of an ambitious mod for Half-Life Alyx.
Speaking of Half-Life Alyx,
Levitation. It's an original 4 to 5 hour
hardcore survival games don't last simply because older games start killing new players. Older players start killing new players, and eventually once new players run out, the older players turn to each other. Yeah.
Against orders,
no, it's difficult, especially when you have a map with a community of people like that. It makes it.
G-Man and Alyx with this exclusive.
Also, I think it also happens with competitive games, with a lot of competitive games.
Alyx, according to this old resistance
especially depending on the quantity of players that you have.
Sorry if that's vague. The
right, where like people that are super good just destroy the new players. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's so cool that they're actually also showing stuff like this. I love that they're showing a mod. Shout out to Boneworks. Yes, Boneworks is another one of those really incredible games. Wait, that's Portal? Wait, what was Portal? This? Oh yeah. This is Half-Life Alyx mod. This is a mod of Half-Life Alyx, which happens in the same universe of Portal. But maybe you probably already knew that. So I'm sure that we're gonna, maybe it's a mix. They're gonna put some portal-y things in in here. But yeah, I love that they are they're promoting and showing a mod. I think that that's so cool. Ooh, that's kind of gruesome. I feel like the last thing that they need to find a way. I love Portal 2. Portal 2 is one of my top 5 games. It is so good. I love Portal so much. I love both of them.
Probably Gordon Freeman, and not anything bad at all. Definitely probably Gordon.
Portal's just... But it would be... Imagine a Portal VR game. I feel like it would be very disorienting.
Okay, so the plan is to
But
get to
I
that
would
control room.
love that. I would love a Portal VR game. It's the G-Man. Portal VR would make so many people. Imagine when you had to do the momentum jumps. That'd be terrible. Oh, there's a big boy. Got a little cat alarm going on. I love with the whole Alex how you can really like push yourself on stuff and things like that. They did such a good job with this too.
Getting kind of crowded down here, Russ.
Shot him in the toes. It's the secret. They never put a shield in front of their own toes. People think they have iron toes. Why do you think that they made iron-toed boots? Because they didn't put the shield in front of the toes. Fun fact, with Half-Life, there's barely any enemy AI. It's all in the level design. The level design of that Valve used to make is insane. I don't know about the new one. I don't know about Alex, the original Alex, not the mod. But yeah, it's really incredible. Because I feel like they really were able to do something there that felt a lot more ahead of its time. Because I feel like the enemies did seem smart and things, you know, did work in a way that was just like, oh wow, they're coming from this way, they're coming from that way. But it was very much the placement and just the level design, as you were saying. Half-Life 2 is on par with DS3 for level design. IMO. Interesting. DS3? DS1. Interesting. I've never thought of it like that. I would have to go back to... But like, in what sense would you say that to be the case? Throw that barrel! You gotta be so strong to throw that barrel. That's one also I feel like a limitation of VR, right? There's no strength. It's difficult to do strength. Oh, I see enemy placement. Gotcha. No, it really is. Okay. Because I'm thinking when you're saying level design, I'm also thinking about like the interconnectedness of the map and stuff like that. And in that regard, I feel like Half-Life is very linear, which is not a negative. But I was trying to see exactly what part of it you meant. But when it comes to enemy placement and stuff like that, it's very clever, for sure. No, I agree. Vertical level design is something that I feel a lot of people still don't, a lot of studios, a lot of developers still don't have a very good grasp on, and I feel like they did less of it. No, they did a good amount of it in following games, but I feel like it's hard to beat that interconnected Dark Souls 1 world. I think the map is still one of, if not the best maps there are in the series and maybe in games, but games that I've played. To be fair, that's a neat hack. Yeah, it's that one is original from Alex. The hacking minigame is from the original Alex. It was very cool. I think there's another one as well that it's like an orb and you have to like manipulate the orb. In Alex, and because it's, you know, 3D and you can pick things up with your hand and do things, it looked really interesting. I didn't get to do it, but the little lock picking mini games definitely seem very interesting, or hacking mini games definitely seem very interesting in comparison. I love to see 2077. Did you see the mod that added that? It's not finished yet, but it looks very promising. The mod that adds VR to 2077 is very promising looking, and even early on, it was interesting. Yeah, it looked really cool. No, I would love. I wanted to love the world of Cyberpunk so much, but it feels kind of dead. And
the end.
as
We
someone who
learned a
loves
lot
the
today
Cyberpunk aesthetic,
about
I
ourselves,
wanted to
about
love it
computers,
so much, but it just
about
fell short.
genetically engineered space marines.
I feel that
And with
that
so
they
many
fixed a
games
lot
on
of
the way,
stuff,
there
but
has
it's still
truly
not
never been a
that
better time to be part
living
of the
sandbox that they
PC gaming
originally touted.
Over the course of the last 2 hours, we saw games from developers all over the world, and we wanted to thank everyone who tuned in to watch the show.
When you
All the
activate the
developers who shared
elevator
their
from the
work with us,
church
and of
to
course,
file,
all of the partners for their help bringing the PC gaming show to life.
Yeah, yeah.
Indeed, remember to tip your servers. Install
That
your
one was so
firmware
good.
updates.
The ladder down from the
Tell me if
Dragon
you know where to
Bridge
find a
blew my
3090. Tell me
mind back in the
immediately.
day.
Anywhere you can find one, let me know. And of course, a warm thanks to you again for joining us at this year's PC Gaming Show. It's something I look
Oh,
forward
like that
to
little
every year with
the town area that you kind
See
of
you
go
next time.
down into,
Bye-bye.
and you like go like all the different ladders and all the different things. Bye. That part.
This is the official PC Gaming Show 2022 pre-show. It's the live show before the
Dragonlance on Bridge.
pre-recorded show.
You go to the
Go to
right
the start.
and go back.
Make sure
Yeah,
you're staying
yeah.
hydrated. Replenish your potions and motion. Let's do it again. This is the first time. But before
I know what you mean. I know the area that you mean. Yeah, and the game kind of opens with that area. It's really impressive. So the level design is just mind blowing in that. Yeah, it is. It really is. I agree with that wholeheartedly. It's just so carefully designed. That's one thing I really miss in Elden. Yeah, it's definitely more of just vast instead of stacked. Bloodborne also, I would agree with that too. Bloodborne is, and I think with Elden Ring too, you get hints of that with like the boss levels. So the castle, the academy, there's a little bit of that kind of going over and back through and out, but you don't get the full experience of really mind-blowing stuff like you did in the original. But yeah, Bloodborne also has a good one. I love DS3's level design too. I liked it, but it also felt more linear to me. It felt like you could do a lot more of like point A to point B. There were a few branches here and there, but it was reconnecting a lot less in comparison to the other ones. Like you didn't get as much of that kind of looping feel. Obviously, there were locations where that happened for sure, but it was a lot more linear in comparison. But still, I mean, the entire series, they're all fantastic games. Even DS2. DS2 is my personal favorite. Like, I don't think it's the best one, but I think it's my personal favorite. It's just one that I kind of enjoy. It's my guilty pleasure. But yeah. And yeah, Stormveil Castle has a lot of that. The thing is, it really blew my mind in DS1 was that you saw something in the distance, you could go there. Yep. And Todd Howard would try to promise that years later in his... Oh no, that was actually the same year, right? Would promise that in all of his games, and many of them, you can't actually go all the way to the places you can see. But yeah, I remember... What was it? I think it was like the church bell, whatever, and you could, from there, you could see across the valley, you could see that there was a forest, and you could see like some little buildings and stuff, and you'd be like, wow, I wonder if I can go there, and you could, and that's where I think you fought Sif, the good boy, and vice versa too. From there, you could see back over to both like the chapel and like the Blight Town underneath. You could see the whole thing, and it was like, oh, that's super cool. DS3, it just works. You could see the Hydra tree from, yep. So, oh, no, the level design, I am a sucker for good level design too. That is something that the little game that I was kind of developing on my own, that was something that I was really planning and trying to see, like, how could I make this something that felt very tight-knit and also felt very serving to the gameplay, right? And it because I admire that so much. That's definitely a characteristic of games that I just really enjoy. Our levels in our game will basically be non-existent. It's a fighting game. I mean, hey, that's fine. That's fine, right? If it's a fighting game, you need to really build something that serves that gameplay, which brings me to Street Fighter 6. It has an open world, and it confuses me. Why is there an open world? It's seemingly an open world in Street Fighter 6 because I was watching the trailer, and then suddenly there's a dude just walking in a city, and you're playing the dude. I'm like, what happened to my Street Fighter? Why am I climbing things and punching dumpsters? But like not in the punching car sense of it. It's there's a dumpster in the corner there. I'm gonna go punch it. Yeah, here, I'll show the trailer. I'll show you the trailer. Where? Street Fighter 6. Punch the dumpster in the face. Yeah, I think, was it the announced trailer? Or was it the Guile trailer? I think it was the announced. Here, let me switch it over. Yeah. Oh. Because I thought, usually it's the city, the background, and they make very animated backgrounds, and I was so confused.
When you go looking for strength, it's not like a game. This journey doesn't have a real ending.
Watch there be no dumpster punching. I will be the liar of the century. Everyone's excited to see the dumpster punch. Turns out I dreamed about it. DMCA, yeah. This far, I was like, okay, it's the backgrounds of the fights. But look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Oh, he was. Oh, it's not a dumpster. It was. Cyberpunk 2078. Yep. 2076. Also, realistic graphics for Street Fighter 6 instead of the cel-shaded, animated-looking graphics. Not super realistic, but way more than the previous one. Which is so weird, because like now Chun-Li doesn't look like an anime character. But I have to be honest, I love the style that they started going with ever since 4, where you have like the flashes of like paint and ink that kind of seem to come out of certain attacks and stuff like that. I love that style.
Let me have some fun.
Ready? Then show me.
Of all the games out there, I think BlazBlue has some of the best style. Is BlazBlue straight up 2D, or is it the one that like replicates 2D perfectly with its art style, even though it's 3D? I'm forgetting. I'll need to look at BlazBlue again. I'm thinking of Guilty Gear. That's also really cool. Okay, I need to look up BlazBlue. I'm not that big into fighting games, but I used to play a lot more fighting games back in the day. Back in the Tekken 3, Street Fighter 2 times, but I haven't really done much.
Street Fighter 6.
But yeah, so this Street Fighter, but it really got me was the whole, I mean, even this, like what? This could be like a hub for it, but yeah, like the walking just, I was so confused. I was so confused. Was Grandma cheering for me? Okay, I must buy this game now. Look at Grandma. Look at Grandma. She's like, yeah. Anyway, I'm so bad at fighting games, but I love them. I love just the things that happen, even the competition, the classic, like, what was it? Was it the Chun-Li versus Ken of Ryu? I forget the name of the actual player, but that the person blocked every single one of the kicks. It was like, what? So, your favorite fighting? Oh, Skullgirls just oozes style. Skullgirl is insane. Last Blue. Last Blue.
Please select your character.
But either way, Beta Dude with that strong pressure.
Oh,
Trying to take it to the corner
interesting.
here, but nice jump out on the dead spike. Good
It has
reaction.
like a very clean look to it.
The tides have turned.
Kind of hard to tell. Is it pixelated too? It is pixelated. Interesting. I like that. Is it hand-drawn pixel art? It's super high definition pixel art. If it's that, it's almost like just a hand-drawn drawing. Yeah, the art style of Skullgirls is also insane.
Beta Dude still saw it.
Yeah, it's pixel art on 2.5D.
The answer here.
That's high definition pixel art though. That is crazy. One thing I never understood, I've done very basic pixel artwork and I just draw pixel by pixel. But I don't know if like people, especially for something as detailed as this, they draw something and then they draw over it with like the pixels on it, or if I don't know how you would do this. I am not an artist. I am not an artist at all. But sprites to be specific, yep. It depends really. I've seen it been rotoscoped.
Has to respect the Carnage.
But like it does look really nice. It makes me think high definition pixel art sprites make me think of something like when you start getting PlayStation 1 onward with pixel art, beginning with something like Symphony of the Night. I think that's one of the first one that people say that's just beautiful, but I think that's even closer to more of the 16-bit style, but it has more things added on top of it. Oh, Armia, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the follow.
It's a golden Hades.
Thank you.
Easy 3K.
I just realized I wasn't followed yet. But thank you. I really appreciate it.
Into
Very
big
kind of you.
overdrive, has the meter to cash that in there.
Gotta
Gonna
cash
get
it out.
devoured by darkness.
There you go.
But yeah, no, I'm a sucker
Soul is
for
mine.
pixel art of any
How many
kind,
souls has Beta Dude
honestly.
claimed? Go turn them in long.
Which reminds me of the other game that was actually shown during this E3 that was, or not E3, that was the TNMT brawler beat 'em up. It looks so good. It looks like one of those classic beat 'em ups, and it is just I don't know if you've seen that one either. Is it Shredder's Revenge? Yeah. This is, one day ago. So I love this style as well. With the more cartoony, thick lines on the characters and these beautiful backgrounds. Like this is another type of art style that I really appreciate. Within that, you know, retro-ish, not really, because it's the colors that they use here definitely weren't possible back in the day. But it's just beautiful. It makes me think of stuff like Metal Slug and things like that. There's a ton of good fighting games coming out, and it's pretty cool. It really is. It really is. Classic beat-em-ups are a treasure. They really are. Beat-em-ups, the side-scrollers like, not all of them, but again, stuff like Metal Slug, it's just, they were so unique of the time. And it is so awesome to see studios like this being so faithful. I was mentioning like the little animations of the guys in the back that they have, and those extra little things that they had in those old games as well. And those were always fun when you were in an arcade or anything like that where you had these games and you just saw those and you're like, look at that guy, and then he jumps in the fight. You're like, ah! So I love it. I absolutely love it. And back then, and these two, like, this shows that whoever's making this really knew those games and was really passionate about recreating not only the gameplay, but also the little details that made them special. And I'm all for that. I am absolutely all for that. So, and the TMNT are being helped out by it's April O'Neil. It's not Shredder. Shredder's the bad guy. Splinter. Oh yeah, they have their names up here. April, Splinter. And yeah, you always had like hydrants and stuff like that you break and they could help you somehow. Also, I love that the bad guys' guns are toilet plungers. It's very cartoony. Yeah, this looks great. This looks fantastic. I am very, like, it's one of the games that I don't know if I'll play, because I feel like you see stuff like this and like, yeah, but time is so limited. Time is so limited. I don't have enough time to play all the games. But man, there's just so many beautiful games that have been family. Let's see, what was another one that really caught my attention? yeah, like the completely original Overwatch 2. Oh, this one. This one's one of them. What was this one? I feel like Chris, who's in the chat right now, and I shared a lot of the same ones that we really enjoyed. Check out Orbital Bullet if you haven't yet. Was it on here? Oh, this one's also. Not the look, but if you like Portal, did you see Entropy Center? If you're a big Portal fan, you're gonna go crazy for it. Let me just get a couple more, and then I will look for the one that you mentioned. I don't know if Chris is still here or if he's already asleep, but I should just look at what The Last Faith. I'll just put it here. Oh, did you see that Persona 3, 4, and 5 are coming to the Xbox, which means it's also coming to the PC? I'm just waiting for it to come to the Switch. Is it Signalis? 1 month ago. No, it can't be. Last Faith. Yep. 9 Years of Shadow. And yeah, so let's look at those. Here, I'll start with Entropy Center. Just because we here. Oh, what's this? An error occurred. Orbital Bullet, thank you. You are here. Chris, was there any other game that we talked about? We talked about 9 Years of Shadows, Last Faith. Was there another one? Thanks, DJ Khaled.
Another one.
All right. Oh no, we were gonna start with Entropy. This one got me. I was like, ooh. I'll just let you watch and enjoy it.
Anything else?
Warning. The current temperature of Earth is approaching 100 million degrees Celsius.
Oh, great.
Puzzles are the most efficient way of generating entropy energy. As an Entropy Center employee, the continued existence of this station and Earth depends on your energy generation.
So that's Earth.
All analysis
It really
conclude that
does.
you have most likely survived.
Thanks, Astra. Okay, so
give me jump pad.
solve puzzle, brain hurts, generate energy, then rewind Earth.
Exactly.
One level in Titanfall 2 with the time switch. I haven't played Titanfall 2 yet. I really want to. People keep telling me that's really good. I have so many games to play and not enough time to play them. Yeah, no, that's definitely on the list. It's on the list. I actually own it. I just haven't played it yet. So yeah, that's the Entropy Center. It is, and I love the little robots. The little robots are cute. 9 Years of Shadows, gorgeous, gorgeous game. Like, pixel art like this is just like, just stop, I can't take it anymore. The fact that we had a few that looked this good is really impressive. Really cool design for the armors, like a leaf armor. And I love Metroidvanias. I love me a good Metroidvania. The hug, the little cuddle. Like a little teddy bear. It's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. So definitely recommend as well. Last Faith. This is more on the Bloodborne side, so more of those grays and blues, but beautiful as well. And reds. And reds. Yeah, Lovecraftian vibes, which I feel like I say every time, but I love cosmic horror, Lovecraftian horror. Those are my favorites. Absolutely my favorites. I'm a sucker for anything with that kind of style, that kind of vibe. Yeah, this is beautiful too. Some Doom vibes. Yeah, very Castlevania-y. Very Castlevania-y. Break that window. Well, don't break that window. Someone took a long time. My dude has no chill. You know he doesn't. I love how pretty much all these are always like wish list now. Oh, let's see this. Let's see this. Was this also shown on like now? Okay, this is a little bit older. Ooh. I like. Yeah, I did not see this. I mean, it's impossible to see all the everything nowadays. There's just so many games. Stray looks amazing. Oh, Stray. Yes, Stray looks so good. I want to play Stray. It was not what I expected from previous trailers, but now this most recent one's like, what? What? Because I just thought it was gonna be a cute cat urban game. Not just a cute cat urban game, but this is super cool. This is absolutely cool. Stray. Was this the... Yes, this is the most recent one. I really wasn't expecting it. This game is awesome for short bursts. Perfect for like... Oh, I have 5 minutes to kill. Gotcha. Have you missed anything good? The PC gaming show had a lot of repeats, but they were more deep dives. They kind of had interviews with a lot of the developers and stuff like that, so not anything super exciting necessarily. But I really enjoyed just getting more deep dives on some of the games. We're just looking at some of our favorites now. Oh, the cat game. I want to play the cat game. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, was that robot gay? Possibly. Did it have a rainbow face? Did it have a rainbow clothes? I was looking at the cat. Yeah, kitty. Oh, really? Chris. Yeah. Let me see if there was anything else. This had an interesting concept, but they didn't show any gameplay. Like I'll give it more time of day when I see gameplay, cause no gameplay, no hype. Them is the rules, as an old person used to say. Scorn. At this point, we've watched Scorn trailer over a few times. Plague Tale looking amazing. What was that one? Which one? Which one? Scorn? Scorn? The one that looks... I just want... It'll be 10 years from now. Do you want to see the Scorn trailer again? Just popping in, wanted to ask... What lore game? What lore game was? And how do I be in lore game? You're already in lore gang. Lore gang. If you like lore, and if you like researching lore, you're lore gang. Lore gang, lore gang, lore gang. Refine lore or family. You could also be in family gang. This is family gang. I love the Heathen.
Stories of a terrible war that happened across the sky. Heroes fought.
I love that Family Man is in the
died
game.
to give us a chance to start over.
Like I didn't
All that I
didn't
know from their
expect.
Earth are the creatures they sent along with us. And here on Arat,
The
every
low
day is a fight to
host?
survive.
I'll call my community that. Terrible. There he is. Family. Show me Family Man. Family Man. It's the only reason I like these trailers.
World, we can.
It makes no sense. Don't you create your own character in Ark? Isn't Ark like a survival game that you create your own character in? This made no sense to me. Also, no gameplay, no hype. But yeah, Scorn is super cool. I really want to see a game where the dinosaur have feathers. Well, your time has come because there is one. Where is it? Where is it? It's called Jurassic Park World 2 or whatever. They all have feathers now. The slow and the carnivorous. That would be... Are you saying that carnivorous people are slow and herbivorous people are fast? I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I'm carnivorous and I am very slow actually. I take a long time to move. But wait a minute, the sloth is slow. And the sloth doesn't eat the meats. Pog. They fixed them. Let's go. I really want to see. Yeah, no, I was saying the opposite. I was like, I missed the time when we had scaly dinos. Now they all have feathers. So we're on opposite sides of the debate. Destined to hate each other forever. Oh yeah, they made a serious surgery simulator. Instead of being funny and weird, it's now serious. So they did that. Oh yeah, this game kind of confused me. I was very confused about it. Core Keeper, Sacrifier. What was Sacrifier? Leaf for life. Yes, we are OP. Sloths eat people? What? Trust me? Meat is tasty, therefore it's better. Armia has a good point. Armia has a good point. Oh, they announced Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, I think that's mostly it. Oh, this made me very unhappy. I've repeated it many times. The Last of Us remake and the new Last of Us, I wasn't very happy with. They announced Scary Choo Choo Train. Metal shooty rhythm game. Oh, they announced Guile for Street Fighter 6, but I think everyone knew that he was going to be there. Super People was just a CG trailer that I have no idea what it is. One Piece has a 3D open world game now. Reminds me, I was gonna write another lore bit. Ooh, guess I'll write tomorrow. Alaska Truck Sim looks pretty shooty rhythm game. Okay, here I'll show you. I'll show you shooty rhythm game. If you like metal, especially, it'll. I like the design. I like a lot of like demon designs. They're so cool.
Hi, my name is Carl and I'm a developer on Metal Hellsinger. You know how in some games where the music's really good, you feel compelled to move and shoot to the beat? But what if you had to? In Metal, the better you are at slaying to the beat, the more intense everything gets. And we have vocal performances from legendary artists like Serge Tankian from System of a Down, so while headbanging isn't mandatory, we do recommend it. Our demo is live now on Steam, Xbox and PlayStation platforms, so go check it out and slay to the beat.
You know, if a guy likes metal, depending on the length of his hair. Not that only people with long hair like metal, but if they do have that kind of long hair, you know that they do. Why are they so low in comparison to everything else? Demo's live, huh? I'll check it out. Ooh, pretty cool rhythm. Yep. And a lot of... Son, please, what's wrong, Dad? Yeah, a lot of big names, This is Metal Hellsinger. Official soundtrack and gameplay trailer. I have a feeling that Dadman is gonna want this soundtrack. It's a good one. It's a good one. Was there another one? Did you guys mention another? Oh yeah, Last of Us remake. Oh, I see what you meant. Last of Us remake, but Bloodborne is still 30 FPS. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember what this was. I was confused. I just remember being confused. Like, why are they showing me this?
Wait. Are you seriously going to ignore the real star of the show? You know, me? Lazaria, the Grim Reaper, at your service.
What was it? Oh, it was oh, here we go. This is another rhythm game. But it's kind of like Cadence of Hyrule. That's what it was. I instantly love this game's style.
No. I'm
oh
leaving.
yeah, Crypt of the I keep saying Cadence of Hyrule. Crypt
so
of the
you're
Necrodancer is the original one. Yeah, it's very Crypt of the Necrodancer. Yeah, there you go. So that might be.
Like
so this is Freaked Fleep
right
It. Freaked
Stop being a jerk and just subscribe already.
I love music like this. I do too. I am a big fan. I like electronic music in general, but I am a big fan of that. This one, I don't know if you saw Planet of Lana. Planet of Lana looks very interesting too. It seems like one of those narrative side-scrolling adventures.
Hello, my name is Adam Stjernljus, and I'm the creative director at Wishfully. We're a small...
You're cool, but let me just see the trailer. Oh, that was really short. Maybe I should have just let the guy talk. But I love... One of my other favorite...
You play a young girl called Lana.
Favorite art styles is just like the very broad strokes that a lot of people use in concept art for things, and I love that. And this kind of the backgrounds and everything kind of have that
Early
feel.
on in the game, Lana meets the mystical creature Mui.
Less detailed, but like more
you
of
quickly
those
develop a strong bond and friendship to Mui.
thick strokes.
And she proves to be both intelligent and loyal.
And this has a little bit of like The Last Guardian eco to it with the little companion helper type thing. Gonna head to sleep. Thank you so much for stopping by, Chris. I hope you have a good night. I hope you have a great week.
Being her own
yeah,
personality,
have fun on this
Mui
break
also
week
has
that you
things
get.
that
I hope
she's
it's a good
afraid
one.
of.
Mano Mui.
But being small and agile also has its advantages. For example, being able to reach places that you can't.
Oh, I thought Armia was also going to bed. I was like, oh, I gotta say goodnight to Armia too.
She also has this special ability she can use to control some of the strange creatures of this planet.
Yes, control the creature. Ew, I never noticed it's pumping juice into it. That's not water. Don't jump into it, Lana. Whatever you do. Not in the juices. Not in the juices.
Together, you have to make it through both the harsh and
But yeah, I was mentioning like
beautiful
more
environments
games
of
need to
Nova.
have robotic animals, and this one has some of those. Not all of them are.
Deep and cold caves.
This is very limbo.
Unraveling long forgotten mysteries that all lead to your destined future.
Oh, it's a little buddy. Yeah, this looks super pretty too. Fun fact, my lore actually contains a biome with robotic
Planet of Lana
animals.
is really
Let's
a labor
go.
of love, and we're very excited here at Wishfully to bring
Butcher
you what
hasn't
we
reached them
believe
yet.
is a truly unique
But he
adventure.
will.
And beyond the companion-based
the
puzzle
Butcher.
solving and hand-painted art style, you will experience an engaging story with twists and
love the art
turns
style of this game.
that
Look how
hopefully
beautiful
will
that
stay
is.
with you long after the credits have rolled. Planet of Lana is coming to Xbox and PC this year, and you can wishlist right now at Steam or sign up at our
Wait,
newsletter
did
at
they not show the part that I
planetoflana.com.
thought was really cool, where like the little guys are running, or was I talking over it?
Together, you have to make it through
No,
both
they
the
didn't. It
harsh
wasn't this
and
trailer.
beautiful environments of Novo.
But it's super pretty. It's night. I need to catch up on your lore. I need to read everything. I need to read more. More. Yeah, but yeah, I think those were the big. And then there were a couple big games that got announced early on, like the Callisto Protocol. If you like Dead Space, that one's definitely a big one. Goat Simulator 3. I'm working on a lore video. Ooh, but it's a big project. Ooh, I'm excited. I love lore videos. Oh yeah, Amogus VR. Amogus. But yeah, I'm a fan of lore videos. Lore videos are good. I mean, I like some VTubers, and I watch their lore. It's good stuff. Aliens Dark Descent just finished. I was so disappointed, Arya. I was so disappointed about Alien Dark Descent. Have you seen Callisto Protocol? If not, I'll show that to you. I was so sad by this. As an admirer of, oh, you finished Alien Isolation? I didn't catch you.
Sergeant Leo Alvarez.
It's not what you think.
CM Leth Recon Squad. Our mission was to enter the Tantalus base, locate the ComSat relay, and bring it back online.
It's not what you think.
We found the relay, but there was a problem.
Didn't finish it actually. The ending was kind of frustrating. Gotcha.
Nothing gets in here.
I have yet Dead Space by another. Yeah. I didn't like the creatures as much in Callisto, but definitely interesting to see that team doing stuff again. I feel like whenever they do the Alien franchise with Marines and it being more military versus it being more spooky, it doesn't work as well. It feels kind of more generic.
Evil.
But that wasn't necessarily the reason that I thought that this was. Zombies? Why do you keep putting zombies in my Alien game?
Retreat! Retreat! Willis! Open fire! Go! 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 Alvarez! Through that door! Hold that door, Sergeant! Son of a...
I don't know what I saw in there. But I know when I close my eyes.
Stop recording.
I still see it. Now everyone's dead.
He wasn't talking to living people. He was talking to dead
And someone needs to know.
I like this shot. I love these shots like this that have the little ship. Oh wait, does this not show any gameplay? I think they show a little bit, yeah. It's a toppy-downy strategy, real-time shooty. Having single alien, yeah, so like this type of stuff. Yep. That's the exact feeling that I got. I was like, oh, another alien. Then I saw zombies. I was like, oh, okay, all right. And then I saw this, and I was like, oh. Yeah, it's a toppy-downy. Not gonna lie, I was hoping for them to be lost all one by one without even seeing the alien. Yeah, I usually like the more suspense and the build-up way more. But when they go more action-y with the Alien franchise, I don't think it works. So having a single alien works better than multiple. I think multiple can work, but it needs to also be more on that stalking side of things. Because that feeling of overwhelming, imagine like even in a horror game, like you have those like stocky moments, but then like in a big impactful moment, you just see a sea of aliens coming towards you. That can also be very impactful, especially in the feeling of weakness and just what am I gonna do? So yeah, I will say in Alien Isolation going into it, no, for sure. Stop making horde shooters. Yes, yes, yes. I'm tired of all the horde shooters with Alien. Anyway, so this was definitely a disappointment. Definitely a disappointment for me. All of them bombed. They do, because it's not the point of Alien. Alien isn't good when it's action. Alien is good when it's spooky. But yeah, basically Alien Swarm with an alien skin, yeah. And I love Alien Swarm, but man. No, I totally understand. I totally understand. This made me sad though. I wished for something else. I wanted something different, but I didn't get it. I was sad. Was there anything else? I think that was pretty much it. Oh yeah, Fall Guys is going free. But oh yeah, Sonic Frontiers look terrible, which I feel bad. At this point, I just feel bad for. Also, I thought that this was a Prey movie from the game Prey, but it's just the Predator 5. Valve showed us that you could do this game 12 years ago and give it for free for everybody. Oh yeah, the Netflix Cyberpunk series looks pretty cool. I haven't seen that, but Netflix chomped down on my stream and on my videos. They literally everything I watched the Netflix, not the TV show one, but the video game, every trailer, everything they DMCA'd. Every single thing. It's like, whoa. I was watching the presentation. I wasn't even like getting the music. It wasn't even the music that got copyright striked. So I'm not touching that. I'm getting away from literally. Yeah, no, it's true. Alien Fireteam Elite is also a horde shooter, but at least it's third person. Yeah. I just don't like any of them. I don't like horde shooters in general, and then you put Alien, it's just like, sure, I like Alien, but not like this. Not like this. Oh boy, sci-fi. Oh yeah. You have both sci-fi, Genshin, and you have modern Genshin. Cyberpunk Genshin. So Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero, they're making two. Oh, I'm sure it's gacha. It has to be gacha. They make money off of that. They're like, well, let's make more. Let's make 3. The thing is, I love this aesthetic. I love the modern cyberpunky aesthetic. I am a bit of a sucker for it. So it gets me. Okay, I don't want to see this part. It's just. I don't know. I like this urban whatever look. I don't know what to call it. What was the best game of this, not E3 for you and everybody else? Urban dystopia? Yeah, but it's like Japanese cyberpunk. It's Japanese cyberpunk. Kind of. Because it makes me think of stuff like Ghost in the Shell, which is kind of like this type of thing too. It's the sleeping game. But Japanese, so you mean, yeah, I do. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Yeah. Give me the sweating emote. Just like, but yeah, my favorite. The Entropy Center is up there. Entropy Center is definitely high up there for me. I have a Monka S1, but I don't think it translates the feeling as completely. a lot of smaller games. 9 Years of Shadow, just beautiful. I think of these side-scrolly types, I think it's probably my favorite. There weren't too many though. To say a best one would be hard because I like different assets. There wasn't one that I was like, yeah. There was one game that I wanted and it didn't come, which was Avowed. I was sure that we were gonna get some Avowed news, but I think because of what's the name? For some reason I forget. Starfield. Because of Starfield, I think it didn't come through. What's Neon Blight? I think it. Here, we'll put it on the screen. This one has a style of pixel art that I'm not really a big fan of. Again, nothing against the game. Just not a fan of it. And I feel like stuff like that doesn't stop me from getting it either. So it's not like it would matter in that regard either. But I think you go through missions and then you sell it. It's kind of like that other game that you go through dungeons, you get materials, and then you sell it. Is it Storekeeper or something? Yeah. But yeah, I love that one that you were also like a shop owner in a fantasy land and you went to buy your stuff afterwards. So this one was cool. This one was cool. What else? What else was? Yeah, if you see anything, feel free to call it out. Skatebird with a Mogus. Deadly Premonition 2 got a PC release. Plague Tale looked very good. Oh, this looked very good. High on Life also looks very good, which is the new game by the Rick and Morty guy, the Rick and Morty creator. It's Deadly Premonition 2 for me. I heard it was so jank though. Not that the original wasn't, but it was like bad jank, not good jank. Plague Tale 1, yeah, I still need to play it, but this looked very good. Like, I remember when I saw the first one, I was like, whoa, I need to play this, and I just didn't end up playing it. 2 looks really great as well. Yeah, High on Life looks really great. I've been looking for a game like Forza Motorsport, but it seems like it's gonna be a live service type game, which probably means a lot of microtransactions for the cars and stuff. You got the Ada Ada game. They showed Diablo 4. Grounded finally is getting finished. You're going out of early access. High on Life looked so cool. Yeah, no, it really did. It really did. My least favorite was Alien. My most favorite Entropy. One with Death Girl. Yeah, no. I feel like a lot of the better ones were the smaller ones. I like this news that Kojima's making a game. He said he wasn't going to make video games anymore. He was only going to make movies, but... Oh yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict Cumberbatch is kind of fun. It's kind of Lovecraftian as well. A lot of Starfield stuff. Starfield was cool. I'm definitely curious. I was really... Oh, this was a big news too. Persona 3, 4, and 5 coming to the Xbox/PC. Which it blew my mind because I know that for the longest time, Sony has had the main Persona games on lock. Maybe the contract expired, but they had that for the longest time. Oh, can we check Flintlock? Yeah. Where is it? Flintlock. I was just sad that they showed the same trailer twice. It was on 2 Joke's on you, Rods. He's gonna make a movie and I mean, he's getting there, right?
Saw them as saviors.
Still in a dream, Snake Eater.
Oh, I love Metal Gear. It's one of
no
my
one yet
favorite
knows if you
franchises.
can kill a god. I, for one, intend to find out.
And brain dead AI. I mean, that's kind of par for the course, sadly. Yeah, this looks interesting. I was very curious about this. I had never seen it before, and it's just like... The art style looks interesting, the character design looks interesting. Yeah. Maybe the art style wouldn't be the right word, but the designs of everything look very, very cool. Look at that. I love everything about this. Look at that. Look at that character design. Ooh. Arm and neck. It seems to be the you know, Soulsborne-y type of combat, but with a lot more movement, flying. Yeah, Renaissance Dark Souls. I guess it is Renaissance. I was trying to place it because some of it looks very medieval, almost, but not really. It looks like that Middle East medieval. I don't know. But yeah, it's later because it's got guns. Oh wait. I almost forgot to show. Little cute doggo falling down. Yeah. So those have been. I mean, the pit looked terrible, by the way. I felt bad. And the style of the main character is pretty cool. Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait. It's 15th century Ottoman Empire. Yes, that makes more sense. Also, it just made me think. You're also kind of deserty style and stuff like that, so it makes sense. Like it makes me think of your style a little bit too. Shout out for Angerfoot. Yeah, we can look at Angerfoot. We'll look at Angerfoot again. Angerfoot. Devolver went hard though. Oh, it is made by the guys who made Gorn. It played and it very much felt like Hotline Miami in first person. If you like oh, you can kick the barrels. I didn't even think about that when I was playing it. If you like Hotline Miami and you like first person, oh, interesting. Oh yeah, and the enemies dance on you when you die. So, yeah. It felt like Severed Steel, honestly, but I love the style of it. He drives with his feet? What's on the pedals? Nothing. He also caresses his girlfriend with his feet and does everything with his feet between levels. I was just moving around and then he just put his foot on her face and it's very footy. It's very foot based. If you have a foot fetish, it's your game. Also, want to bet Duviri Paradox will be an island? Duviri Paradox. Content Island. Content Island? What? What is that? Oh, for Warframe. I know nothing about Warframe. Well, I don't know what you mean by island content. I am noob. As in, like, it's completely separate from the rest of the game? Or do you literally mean on an island? Warframe is good, just every time a new update comes out, it's completely separate from... Gotcha. Yeah. I kind of understand it too, though. Like, while I would prefer that if there was a choice between them taking longer and making stuff that worked with the rest of the game versus shorter time but stuff that's separate, I would prefer the longer wait. But I get why they're doing it because probably so hard to make everything work together, but I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. I do enjoy its style. Its style is very cool. Very cool. But I tried playing it. I just didn't like the gameplay. I love the style, didn't like the gameplay. The idea of you having your own armor and building it up, I love that kind of stuff too. That's one thing that I actually did enjoy about the Starfield stuff, is just the ship building and stuff like that. Because I was like, I want a game where I can build a ship and live in the ship. And do stuff, and go places with the ship. If someone makes me a good game with that, I'll be happy. But like, this is super cool. This is super cool. The design of it is awesome. The designs of a lot of the things in, like you were saying, a lot of the things in this game.
Use the Force, Luke. Use the Force. Oh no, you're forceless.
High Water had a great trailer with wonderful music. High Water. I don't remember watching this trailer. I must have though. It's all blended together at this point. That's a cool horse. Warframe does some weird things with dimensions. Also, the amount of times that multiverse was mentioned in a lot of the games and conferences and stuff was kind of crazy. So many things were just like, multiverse, ooh! I feel like we're in the multiverse craze now. Everyone wants to do a multiverse. Wait, was that Pedro Pascal? It's not Pedro. It does look like Pedro Pascal. I mean, Pedro Pascal is playing Joel, and Joel and Ellie go on an adventure. Yeah, it is super popular. Oh, he did the Terminator swing. Follow the color. Yay, you got the ghost horse. Ghost horse hype. I will say, if they give us a horse to ride, I will be so happy. Give us a horse friend? Yeah. When you give horse friend, I have to tell the story though. So I went to a farm not too long ago, a couple years ago, I guess. And there was horse. It was a horse farm. And for some reason, it really liked me. I don't understand horses, by the way. I'm not like big horse person. But it kept like licking me and like kind of pulling me closer, giving me like nibbling on me. I had never seen a horse lick. I was like, what? Turns out I'm allergic to horses. I started like inflating and becoming all like, so yeah, but I was like, oh, this horse loves me. And I was like scratching it and it was like licking me. And I was like, okay. And I loved it, but because I love animals. I love animals. But yeah, not the best idea. I was like a ball. They had to roll me out of the farm. But you know how it is. Space Ninja Pirate Cowboys, yeah. I just couldn't get behind the gameplay of it. Like the actual gameplay of Warframe just didn't work for me. Just didn't work for me. Also, yeah, if you play any Riot games, all of the heroes of all of their games, League, Valorant, blah blah blah, are free if you get Game Pass. So you can get all the heroes if you get Game Pass. I love how they say free, but it's not free. You're paying for the subscription. It's cheaper, but it's not free. I'd like to say free though. I want the world! The whole world! What? You can get it free if you pay. Yeah, like they was like free with this subscription, so it's not free. Stop saying that. It's not. High Water has a great trailer. I thought you meant High Isle, and I was like, oh. High Water. Oh yeah.
Morning, High Water dwellers. High Water Pirate Radio keeping you in the know with our flow. Alphaville authorities continue to deny false rumors that Alphaville elites are planning to evacuate to Mars. True or not?
This looked
one
very
thing we can't
interesting.
deny
This
that the
looked very
world
interesting.
ended
I enjoyed this.
On a sunny day.
I can tell you who the loser of E3 was when it comes to presentation. Like, conferences. And it was the IGN conference. They were just, it was not very well done. It felt very disappointing to me. Yeah, that's the name of the game that I was trying to remember. It was Flame in the Flood. I was like, this makes me think of something. This makes me think of like another Bodhi game. Netflix. Oh yeah, there is Netflix. No, you're right. Netflix was worse than IGN. IGN was second worst. But yeah, I like this. Even like this statue, from the statue alone, you can tell a lot of the commentary that this game does. And I like that. I like a game that if it's gonna have commentary on like social stuff, this style where they're not going to mention it because these people are usually like way after the fact, but you'll get to see the society, what the society kind of valued and stuff like that through statues. And it's a lot of that environmental storytelling that you see in a lot of, not a lot of other games, but you see in other games. And I just absolutely love when there's a game with really good environmental storytelling. Third world organics. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, no, this is cool. This is I like this. I like this type of commentary and stuff like that. And I think it's important. I think with any art form, you need to have stuff like this as well. You know, we get a lot of every art form, I think, can be used for pure entertainment, but it can be used for art too. And I think that it's important that games have more and more of like that art side as well. Art is a mirror to society. Yes, it is. Sometimes art imitates reality, and reality sometimes imitates art. And usually it's not a good thing when reality is imitating art, because usually the art is a criticism of reality. That's why I also love the Devolver Digital conferences, because they are very much a satire of the games industry every time, and they're so on point. Absolutely love them. Well, I was gonna mention something else too. About this game. Did I read something you guys said and I was like, okay. I think that's it. I was gonna recommend a game. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna recommend a game too. Armia. Oh, maybe you've played this already, Armia, but I highly recommend Outer Wilds if you haven't played it. It's almost 1 a.m. Gotta get up. No, you're doing it again. No, don't do it. But all right. High Water reminds me of Sea of Solitude. That's the other game. I play that. I loved Sea of Solitude. Sea of Solitude was fun. You've heard of it? You have to play it. It's an exploration game in space. It's a tiny little solar system, and you can explore any of the planets on the solar system, and you have to discover the mystery of what's going on. If you think it's cool, look up trailers, but don't look too much into like articles and playthroughs, because a lot of the mystery is super fun from discovering it yourself. That's kind of the biggest appeal. So I would highly recommend playing it. It is my top game, period. It became my top game last year. I played it last year, and it just blew my mind. If you enjoy puzzles, like if you seem to really like Portal, the Entropy Center, Outer Wilds is that on a whole new level. It's a puzzle that is the entire solar system. It spans the entire solar. It is mind-blowing. As someone who loves puzzles, as someone who loves exploration, that one is one of, actually, the best game for me. That's my top game. It overtook so many others that received so much acclaim for so many people. I was just like, no, this is the best game. But yeah. All right. Have a good night. Thank you for stopping by, Armia. I will be heading out as well. I am not doing, for anyone who's hoping for Tunic tonight, as I posted on the Discord, I will not be doing Tunic tonight. I am exhausted after covering this entire week of E3, not E3, and working and doing all this other stuff on top of it. So I'm pretty at the end of my rope as well. But thank you everyone who stopped by. I really appreciate it. It's awesome to have people to chat with when watching all these things. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a fantastic night, a fantastic week, and yeah, I will see you all next time. Actually, I will do a quick raid to my friend Inari Sushi. She is awesome cosplayer and playing Nier Automata. I don't think she's cosplaying today. But if you want to continue having some fun, let's go say hello to her. If not, it's all good as well. But she is super chill, super fun, and a very good friend. So I will see you all very soon. But once again, have a great week and goodbye. Oh, and go say Lore Gang to her. Just go in and say Lore Gang.